All right, guys, it says I'm live, so I trusted I'm live. Hopefully, it's not lying to me. Running a couple minutes late. Sorry, guys. More than a couple. Actually, 7 minutes late tonight, but 7 is actually my favorite number, other than 13. But anyway, a couple things I want to talk about tonight. First off, get this out of the way. Cool gift I got from my daughter for Father's Day. It is a like a comic book type print, but it's like Pearl Jam picture. Jeremy, really cool, really neat. She went out of her way to get me that, and I love it. It's awesome. It's going to be hanging up in my videos from now on in the background, and I thought I would show that to you guys. I think it's really cool. Also, going to be talking about the giveaway that I'm doing for the National, which has now turned into not only me giving it away, it has turned into a community project, which is awesome and amazing. I knew that it would because that's how this community is. And, you know, I just wanted to introduce it and get some people behind me, and I did. And so even better. Also got some mail. We might open some of this. I might not open it. It depends. You know, this package, I have no idea what it is. It says ComC, and my last ComC order was sometime, I want to say, maybe last year, maybe February at the earliest. So I don't even remember what I bought from ComC. The other stuff, I know what it is. If we start getting some likes, maybe at 25 likes, if you guys want to see me open one of those. I want to talk about the eBay crap, which is a good idea, but I also have my opinion on why it came so sudden. And I'm going to bring on a couple guests tonight. Guys that you know from the community, guys that you like to talk with, guys that I like to talk with, and we're going to chat. We're going to take some questions, some comments. I, of course, am still looking to raise more funds to make this trip even a better experience for whoever wins it. I have already paid for a hotel and a VIP pass. Last week's live stream did pretty well from a YouTube monetary standpoint. All that money is going towards it. And I got some contributions from other members in the hobby, and I will be bringing those guys on. We're not going to disclose because it's not a competition. It's just the fact that I have people helping out now all over, looking like we can start looking at some airfare, maybe you know, some spending money or some food money or Uber money or whatever. But it's really going to turn into a nice little giveaway. Thanks to everybody else now who is starting to back me up, which is awesome. Bravo says casino giveaway for those that can't travel to the Nationals. Casino giveaway. Man, I wouldn't want to give somebody a trip to a casino because then they'd probably lose all their money, and that would be terrible. They'd have nothing to show for it. Also, guys, I started the Super Chat giveaway last week, which went over really well. You guys seem to like it. You guys seem to like to do it. So tonight, to start generating some revenue for the giveaway, the trip, and other things to give away on the channel, we will be doing a Super Chat giveaway today. No pressure. Regardless of how many Super Chats come in, I'm still going to do the giveaway, even if it doesn't meet the amount of stuff that I'm going to give away in value. I don't care. Just, you know, try to generate some revenue for the channel, put it back into the trip, put it back into some more bigger, better things to give away back to you guys. So I'm probably going to do like 2 tiers tonight. I got the box here, and this has become the box. This is my setup, but this is where the names go in. And we're going to do it. We're going to start tonight. The Super Chat giveaway, guys, will be a 2020 Mosaic Blaster box of NFL football 2020. Herbert, Tua, Burrow, you know, all the quarterbacks in there, good position players. It's $3, all right? $3 Super Chat. If you want to do like a second tier, a 5-level Super Chat, you'll be guaranteed, regardless if you get your name drawn, to get a sticker sent to you. So $3 if you just want to get into the raffle for the box. $5 if you want to get into the raffle and also have a sticker sent to you, even if you lose the raffle. Everybody gets a sticker. So we're going to start like that. And as we get more and more Super Chats in, I have stuff to add. I have some super hot soccer rookie cards. You guys know who they are if you're in the soccer world. I got a stack of select concourse basketball rookie cards. I got multiple slabs here. I got Jordan Alvarez, SGC 10. I mean, for baseball, whatever. I got another hanger of Prism back here. So we'll see what we generate. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it goes. Remember, all this stuff is going into the trip. I don't pocket any of this stuff. I've paid for this stuff, but all this is trying to make someone else's experience a little bit better. I do have someone backstage right now. I'm going to go ahead and bring him on. You guys know who it is. Dakota over at Sports Cards Anonymous. No longer anonymous. And we're going to pull up the screens like this. We're in the Matrix right now because this was set up for when Neo was here. Speak of the devil, right on the money. Go ahead, Dakota. Introduce yourself. Say what's up to everybody,
What is happening, good people? I got to give a shout out to my guy Triggerfinger, who's sitting in the basement with his mom and dad sorting through 80s junk wax era, it sounded like. That looks awful, Triggerfinger. Appreciate y'all being here, though. And thank you so much, Steve, for having me on the channel. I really appreciate it.
Well, I definitely want to have Dakota on. I've been on his stream twice. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, you need to go check it out. Dakota was a contributor, a pretty good contributor to the trip that I'm putting together. He reached out to me. I did not have to, chase him down and be like, give me money. He was more like, hey, man, I think this is an awesome thing that you got going on. And it's no longer an awesome thing that I'm doing. It's an awesome thing that we're doing. That's what it's turning into. So I'm not going to just say, hey, Flippin' Steve is giving away a trip. As a community now, a small group of us are starting to come together and make it happen. So again, brought him on tonight. Let's start on, and I want to get Neo. I got Neo backstage, guys. We're going to go bring Neo in because he actually put a video out on this today. And I want to talk about this real quick. Don't worry, guys. We will get into the Q&A and everything that I do on my live streams, the stuff that you like, the off the hip type thing. But we're going to also talk on some specific topics. Neo's coming in. What's going on, man? What's up?
What's up, boys?
What is up?
I did not agree to come on with Dakota. This is against my terms of service.
I was bamboozled too. Shit.
So, eBay policy today. I watched your video on it, Neo. I have some not funny takes on it, but I want to play a little bit of devil's advocate on it. I think it's a good move. I like it. I question the timing of it. And I got to go back up here and grab some super chats. Adventures with Troy. But I'll let you guys start in on it really quickly. And then I'll come back. I got to run and grab a piece of paper. Actually, I have one. I'm good. I got a paper right here. So what are your thoughts? What do you think about the eBay? Do you think it's 100% good? Do you think it's flawed? What do you think brought it on? We'll start with Dakota. You go ahead and give your opinion on it.
Oh, well, all right. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a waste of time. I mean, it's nice. I like it. They're trying to do things for sellers, but a buyer can still return it in 3 days. And I mean, as fast as the market is now, from when a buyer buys to when it gets to their house could be 10 days, and 10 days is enough from a card go from hot to not, right? So to me, I think it's ridiculous. I think it should only be if it's damaged or something, but then that kind of, pushes buyers to damage cards if they're not happy with their purchase or things like that. I don't know. It's not, I don't know that there's a great solution. I'm happy they did something, but I don't know that they actually did anything.
Neo?
Right. I mean, I actually think they did quite a lot. This is a pretty big change. A lot can happen in a month, as opposed to 3 days. Yeah, I mean, you could still have it happen to you, but I think it drastically cuts down on someone's opportunity to do it. Overall, I think it's really good. I don't see how it's a loss. It only helps. And I don't really know what else they could do. They're going to have to allow some wiggle room to allow you to potentially return something for legitimate reasons. Something was damaged in shipping. A bad seller did not disclose that maybe there were scratches on the back of a slab or whatever. So you have to allow for something like that to happen. And it was dumb that it was 30 days to begin with. If you get something in and it's truly damaged or not as described, you know that within 3 minutes of opening the package. It doesn't take you a month to find that out.
Yeah.
So, it can't hurt anything. To me, it's a big win. And it's also some peace of mind. You get past the 3 days and now I don't have to worry about it anymore. If you sold a Deshaun Watson and 10 days later he got a massage, now all of a sudden you're sweating every day you get an email email from eBay. Now once you get past that 3-day grace period or whatever you want to call it, then you're free and clear. You don't have to worry about it anymore. So as a seller anyway.
Yeah. I actually don't think it's bad. The only thing that I questioned was the timing of it. Like, I don't think that any of us were aware that eBay was thinking something like this. It comes on a Monday, just kind of out of nowhere. And, just to try to play the conspiracy theorist just for fun.
I don't have any tinfoil laying around.
Well, eBay has kind of been in the negative. First off, they've been charging people accidentally, myself included, but I talked about this on a live drive, and some other people commented, said it happened to them, people who live in tax-free states, and they have had to pay sales tax on their recent eBay purchases. I was charged a $26 or so sales tax on a card that I bought, and I've never paid sales tax on an item. As I live in the state of Delaware, we're tax-free. Now, I know some people aren't afforded that luxury, so they might look at me and be like, why is he crying? I got to pay that every time. But, I mean, for myself, it's still not money when I went into negotiating for the card, that cuts into my end game, that extra $26 I had to pay in there. Now what might have been a $50 profit is now not a $50 profit. And it happened to multiple people. Secondly, there was another issue, but the big one was the Jordan auction. So the Jordan auction makes me think, or has me wondering, has this ever happened to me? Have I ever had an auction? And I know my auctions aren't big like a Jordan rookie, but if I ever had a $50 auction ending that somebody wanted to bid on, and eBay's software or eBay's system just wasn't working and those bids didn't get in, and it went for what it went for. Now, because this was a bigger card and PWCC was involved and everything, so now it comes to the forefront. But how many times has maybe the little man been cheated and not even been made aware of it? I think they were starting to get a little bit of bad publicity. Plus, you have Star Stock, you have MySlabs, you have all the kinds of different platforms popping up. They didn't really care about that. They didn't really care about the new platforms because they're eBay, the big marketplace. But when they got this bad publicity this week, on Instagram from card porn and everything, it had people really questioning eBay. And now it's almost as if they've gone into damage control and they're like, okay, what can we do to make everyone forget about what happened last week? Because what everybody's talking about today is what you talked about in your video. Everybody's talking about, oh, this is great. This is awesome. I can't believe it. They're finally doing what we wanted them to do. And now no one is talking about the shady Michael Jordan auction, the bad things going on with eBay. All of a sudden, we just see the good that's in front of us. And from a business standpoint for them, that's exactly what they want. So to me, the timing of this just seems a little suspect because none of us were expecting this. It was a huge surprise. There was no foreshadowing to this coming. All of a sudden, it just boom out of the blue, days after a huge story drops on Instagram about a muffed up Michael Jordan auction. So that's just my thoughts on that. Do I think it's good? Yes, I do think it's good, but I do question the timing and the motives behind eBay doing it, right now when they did it. So that's just, I don't know where you guys think.
Just one thing I saw, I don't know if anyone else saw this, but Sports Cards Investor today, they released a video with eBay announcing the change, right? They actually released that video last night. They was up for 10 minutes and then they pulled it. So if they released it last night, I have to imagine they had to have had that in the works for the last couple of days. I think it came out before. I think they probably started working with Sports Cards Investor before the MJ thing. I think they probably just got lucky. And the MJ thing, I don't know, man. Neo, I saw your take on it and stuff like. To me, I'm no foil hat on this, and I like wearing me a foil hat, but on this one, I'm no foil hat. I think enough people came out and said, "I tried to bid, it wouldn't let me bid. What happened?" And then it's a $200,000 card, and so eBay said, "You're right, we screwed it up," and then so they let PWCC pull it.
Yeah, I'm a little. With Card Porn having the screenshots that he was trying to bid on it prior to, and then Sasha released that video that they were trying to bid on it, and a lot of other people came forward, like that were known people, saying they were trying to bid on it and had similar issues. So I don't think it was that, and I think a policy this big, these massive companies, they're not cramming in a boardroom on Monday morning to drastically change a return policy in 8 hours. Not even 8 hours, because I came out at like lunch.
I mean, when I refer
like
to
Dakota said, the SCI video, that was probably recorded last week, edited. That was like a properly done interview that was well edited and put together. That probably happened a week ago at best, and that was ready in the can, ready to go for when it dropped.
Well, when I'm referring to the Michael Jordan auction, I'm not referring to the fact that it went low and maybe it went too low and they didn't want to let it go. I'm just referring to the fact that there was a mistake made on eBay's part. There was bids that didn't get through. There was a glitch in the system somewhere. I'm believing, I believe the fact that people were trying to bid on it. I'm not saying they're trying to cover up a low sale for someone. What I am saying is I believe that auctions were trying to go in on it, and it didn't happen. It didn't, for some reason or another, those bids didn't go through. How many times has that gone unnoticed?
Right.
How many times have you, Neo, maybe put something up for auction and it went for like 20% less than what some of the other ones have been going for, and you just sat there and was like, well, I guess mine just didn't get the views or the looks?
Yeah.
Maybe it was a time,
to the dollar amount of the card. You know what I mean? I think this was an issue with a high-end card because of whatever.
Yeah, it got noticed because it happened on a high-end auction. But how many times has it maybe, and I'm not saying it has, but has it maybe ever gone unnoticed on low-end auctions because we just accept it because it just seems like the norm?
I feel like if that was the case, because I don't want to speak for YouTube, but like I'm mostly bidding on stuff under $1,000. Mm-hmm. I've never seen that before. And I know people in the comments on the video that I posted about it, people did comment saying they had it on other higher end items that they were bidding on. They've seen that before, but not like, a Luca based Prism. Because I feel like if it was happening on the lower end stuff, we'd hear about this all the time.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because how many of those cards sell a week? You know what I mean? Just Luca's alone, like 40 of them sell in a week, and you never hear anything. You never heard people about it prior to that.
And again, I'll continue to buy and I'll continue to sell on eBay, and I think that this move was a good thing. It's just it seemed like the timing was perfect, and maybe it was coincidence. It probably was coincidence. Like I said, I just wanted to throw that out there and have a little bit of fun with it, and I'm not going to sit up and lose sleep over it and be like eBay is crooked. It was just wanted to be a discussing, a conversation piece, basically.
Yeah, it's definitely a step in the right direction, the seller protection thing. The only thing I would like to see is a way, like my biggest gripe with them right now that this has changed, and I'd be curious, like what your guys' biggest gripes are with them after this, is I wish there was a way to leave negative feedback on non-paying buyers, or you have payment on file. I don't understand the second an auction ends or someone clicks buy it now, it just automatically deducts the money from their payment method of choice. Why do they have to go in X amount of days after and pay for it? Why isn't that just all automated? When I buy at Amazon, it doesn't say, oh, hey, can you pay us in like 3 to 5 days and then we'll ship your product?
Yeah, I agree 100%. Someone else mentioned the negative comment thing. There's no reason a seller can't leave negative comment. That's ridiculous that we can't leave negative feedback as sellers. What was the second thing? I just forgot. It just escaped me.
Why doesn't it just automatically pay when an auction ends?
There's no reason whatsoever that you should have to go in and pay. It should be automatic. It pulls it. I hate that we have to, you have to go through that whole song and dance. I think it's so dumb. I don't understand it at all.
And Rob here says, people always like to trash eBay, but if it wasn't for eBay, would have never made any money over the 15 years of selling. Don't forget, Rob, they get their cut. Okay. They get their cut. They're making money off you as well.
Yeah, I mean, people want to complain about the eBay fees all the time. Like, that's your 15% marketing fee. You're getting the most eyeballs on your product over anywhere. And you know, like MySlabs is great. Star Stock's great. I know Dakota and I live on Star Stock practically. But stuff moves a lot slower over there. And if you want to move a card fast, that's still the easiest way to do it because they have the most eyeballs by far. So you pay your little 10 to 15, 13, whatever percentage it is to basically have a billboard of your card on the biggest marketplace in the world for sports cards. So I'll gladly pay the 10% if it's something I'm looking to move. Well, people say like, go sell it on Discord, go sell it on a Facebook group. That's real easy to say, but until you actually try to go do it and you're just like endlessly posting the card or it gets buried on a Facebook group, it's not as easy as just like, oh yeah, we'll just go sell it on a Discord. It's not as easy as that.
Yeah, Facebook groups aren't as easy because everybody wants a really good deal. But I made a really good sale on MySlabs this week, and it didn't even sit on MySlabs for a day. I put it on eBay. It was an item. It was a comic book. I put it on eBay because you can do comic books on MySlabs as well. I put a comic book up, opening bid of $1,200. Buy it now for $1,750. Might have been $18. Might have been my buy it now price. Can't remember. But opening bid was $1,200. I put it up on MySlabs at $1,600. I put it on MySlabs actually $1,650 or best offer. Somebody offered me $1,600, and I sold it to them because even if it went to auction on eBay, it may not have gotten up that high. And if they would have bought it at my $1,800 buy it now, after my fees and everything, I was pretty much, making that anyway. So with the 1% fee, I got charged $16, and I sold a $1,600 comic book off of MySlabs. It makes it a lot easier, especially I don't want to say quick flip because, like you said, stuff doesn't move as fast on those platforms. You're right. And it's because a lot of people just don't use them. That's why I like to talk about it more and more and more because I want to buy off MySlabs. I've bought two items off MySlabs on the 17th. So mind you, I paid for them on the 17th. They both arrived in the mail today, and we had a Sunday fall in there, and I've already gotten my items. So they're here. This is a bigger purchase here, and the other one is one of these two envelopes. But I've had good experience so far as a buyer, hoping none of those packages are damaged. And I've also had a decent experience as a seller. And I've only been on there for like a week and a half. I haven't been on there very long. But I like to talk about it because I feel like the more people get on there, the more and more variety you get, the more and more traffic you get, the more and more liquid items become, and the more and more listings you see of stuff that you might want to buy, because it is, if you're looking for a specific item, it might not be on MySlabs. You're going to have to go to eBay, search it, find it. But I just feel like the more and more people that use it, the more and more variety you'll find, and the more and more things will become liquid. So I do like to talk about it.
People really sleep on the other platforms. I mean, I did it with Devin Booker yesterday and today. On Star Stock, his PSA 10 prisms were listed for $750. They were on eBay. They were selling on eBay for $950 to $1,000 all night last night and all day today. There were 6 of them for $750. And you're not paying sales tax if you're in a state with sales tax, and you're not paying for shipping unless you ship them home. So I bought 2 of them. I already sold one for $100 profit in less than 24 hours. Because people on those platforms, MySlabs too, when that higher price stuff is that the non-liquid stuff, at least on those platforms, when prices jump on it a lot really quick, people seem like they're slow to move that. I don't know, Dakota, I assume you see a lot of that too.
Oh,
at least
yeah.
on Star Stock with like PSA 10s and stuff.
I talk about it all the time. Cards over $200 on Star Stock, once it jumps, it is slow to jump on Star Stock. So if you see it jump on eBay, you immediately go to Star Stock. You'll be able to get it at yesterday's price.
What's up, Prodigy Card Collector? I'm going to grab a comment here from Bravo. It's a soccer question. I don't know. I don't think, Neo, I don't think you do much with soccer. I don't know about Dakota. I think soccer cards have good potential as a seller for MySlabs because of the low amount of cards posted there. They have about the same potential as pretty much anything else. I can tell you I got a deal off MySlabs for a soccer card. That's actually the other card that I received.
You got 25 likes. Let's open
I think it's
one.
from this one. But yeah,
38
this
likes.
card here, I bought off of MySlabs, and on eBay, first of all, I couldn't find it, but in raw form, this is graded. In raw form on eBay was selling for at least what I bought this for, even higher comps on eBay of this card that's in here. I'll go ahead and open it. It's a soccer card. If it's the right envelope, it might be the other one, but I'm looking at the name on it, and I think it might be this one.
Jeff put in a donation too.
Jeff, you got a donation for the trip, which gets you into the raffle for the Mosaic Blaster that I'm giving away tonight. Well, raffling off. I'm not going to say giving away because basically it's a raffle. And now that I'm up to 6 super chats, I'm going to add something into it, a second prize, so we can have at least one more winner. Because I'm not looking at eBay comps on a Mosaic Blaster. I'm looking at the $20 target fee that I paid for it. So we've covered that with super chats. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in the soccer cards, because somebody was asking me about soccer cards last week. And if you guys have been watching soccer, these are 2 of the hottest young players out there. This is a Pedri, Tops Now rookie, which these had limited print run. And this is one of his highest rookie cards. These have been selling for like $60 raw. I think the last one actually went for like $46 raw, and they're going for a couple hundred graded. And then a Foden. You guys know Phil Foden. Don Russ, rated rookie, silver press proof. So 2 soccer cards that will go to someone in the giveaway as well. Bravos, I know you were asking about soccer last week, and you guys want to see the card that I was opening. It's a soccer card. This is a soccer card, actually, that I'm opening. And a player that I'm buying, and a player that I'm targeting at the National, a player that I'm watching on my eBay watch list, a player I search for every day, a player that I've lost many auctions on. Believe it or not, you guys talk about the market being down, but I'm losing a lot of auctions at high dollars. Trust me. Speaking of that, I hope I didn't miss this auction.
Dakota, what are you targeting at the National?
Putting my soon-to-be baby daughter's room together, I suppose.
Boo. I mean, yay, but boo.
I just missed an auction I was looking at. It was a 2012 Topps Finest Ronda Rousey rookie auto. BGS 9.5 with an auto 10. I was willing to pay like $1,500 for it. It just ended at $640, and I missed it.
Oh my goodness!
I missed it. If you look at PWCC right now, they have one listed at a buy it now for $10,000. Exact same card with the exact same grade, and I'm just like, I just missed that for $640. I'd have been able to buy that and took it to the National and doubled my money with no problem with the way people are looking for UFC stuff.
Yeah, especially with her, that would have been a great one. Yeah, that.
Can't believe I just missed that.
Hey, thanks, Bravos. I appreciate you. Trigger finger. I don't know. I can't disagree with your dad. I'm sorry. If you have duplicate sets, break them up.
While Steve's opening, can I take this moment to complain about PWCC ending like 16 Giannis rookies all at the same time tonight and wrecking my BGS 9.5 comp?
I hate when they end so many at the same time. It kills comps.
Oh my goodness.
I disagree. I love it. I talk about it in my video.
Well, as a buyer, you love it.
I love, yeah, because I'm sitting there buying. I spent $500 last night on just random shit, and I had a blast. I was like,
oh
this
yeah,
is
that's my
awesome.
card.
The first 2 sold for 1,000, and then 750, 780, 790, 850, 750, 850, 850, 760.
Was that
Giannis Prism BGS 9.5? I guess the subgrades could matter. I didn't look at all the subgrades.
Yeah, yeah, because they're all BGS.
So,
yeah.
I have a BGS 9.5 I would like to potentially move during the Eastern Conference Finals. But I have 210 subgrades. So.
They're going to win the ECF, man. Wait for the
No, they're not.
All right, so the card that was in there was a I don't know the year. 2019 Panini Gold Standard. Christian Pulisic on card auto, graded 9, auto 10. The card's really tough grade. The cards don't ever grade out that high, but the autos are hard to find in a 10 because his autograph, period. Because if you look at all of his Panini products that are sticker autos, he signs off the sticker on almost every single one of them because he's got a big looping signature from top to bottom. Always pieces of his signature missing on his cards. So I mainly bought this because the auto was a 10 and it's on card. Tough to find on card stuff unless you're buying like immaculate or really, really expensive stuff like that.
Yeah, Steve, something you talked about recently, which I've noticed I'm a big fan of, and I really you put it into words, and I really appreciated it. I've been talking a lot about RPAs. I think patch autos are the way to go. And part of the thing is, and I talk about in the video where I kind of talk about it, is like it's really a song and dance in the negotiation, man. It's really a dance of, well, there's only 30 of these and there's no real comps and this patch is unique. You can't compare it to this one. And like you said, you're looking to buy cars that people can't pull up on eBay and say this is the comp because it just shuts the negotiations down. I agree 100%. And I find myself really searching patches right now.
I'm a little Rob in the comments, not Neo, but
I was just saying, every time you say that, I'm like,
I know, but I'm like, yeah, I'm a little burned up. I've been watching that Ronda Rousey for like 4 days.
Why didn't you just have a max bid set of 1,500? That's what you wanted to pay.
Because I feel like every time I put a max bid down, somebody bids it all the way up to my max bid, and then they stop.
Okay, so tinfoil hat, got it.
Like It's happened to me like a lot. Like I feel like it stops at exactly my bid, and I bid weird bids. Like I put like weird change and stuff in there, and like 3 times that I've done that, I feel like it's gotten right up to that and it stopped exactly where I was the winner. But also, I wanted to try to get in and like grab it at the end. I didn't want it to look like there was a bunch of bidders on it. And then, I don't know, there's a raw one for sale for like 800 and I just missed a BGS 9.5 with a 10 auto for 640. And the other listings are really, really high. Buy it now to buy it already graded. First of all, it's hard
send
to
them a message and just be like, hey man, here's the recent comp. Like, are you willing to, go less than that? Here's my offer.
Yeah. That's what I should do.
Sometimes that works.
Yeah. Or maybe there's no way I can message the buyer either. Be like, hey man, I'll give you a couple $100 more than what you just paid for that. Cause I really was willing to go hard on that. I think that is a card at the National. You don't see that card much on eBay, and UFC is going to be moving at the National, and I don't have any.
Yeah, part of me has been trying to buy more rare stuff for the National, and then another part of me is like, am I just better off to walk in with cash? Because is everyone just going to be looking to trade stuff? And if you actually are willing to spend cash, does that give you an advantage? You know what I mean? Working with someone behind a table? I don't know. I'm just pontificating. Like, what's better, to walk in with a nebulous trade value of $800 to $1,400, depending on what you can negotiate, or just have $1,000 in cash?
I think people are so tied to comps, it actually doesn't matter. I think having unique cards that you can trade, you can get. I think that's the best way to get good deals. And it's taken me a little while to come to that. I've always been a cash is king kind of guy, but now with everyone having, you got to realize, 3 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we didn't have data like this, man. You had a Beckett and that was it. You had a little bit of eBay, but you didn't know real comps. But now everyone is this is the comp. And they will not move off of it. They won't look at, it was a PWCC auction in the middle of 15 of them. And so it ended really low, right? Like they don't look at stuff like that. So people are just tied to comps. I don't know, man. So to answer, I don't really know. I don't know. I think cash is king, but then I go in and sometimes I feel like it's not. So it's crazy.
Well, Ziggy, you say cash is king at the show, which is right. I'm going to go cash as well. But the thing is if you think that you can get a card that's really rare for say $500 and you can get $500 cash and $500 trade value back out of it at the show, or even say $1,000 or $900 cash, that outweighs cash is king. I'm sorry. If I can buy $500, if I can spend $500 on something now that I think it can get me $1,000 worth of value at the show, that's pre-planning and having an end game for it. $500 is not going to get me $1,000 worth of product at the show. Even with cash is king, even with negotiating, it might get me $750, $800, but it's not going to get me $1,000 worth of value, as opposed to an investment that you might be able to move to somebody that wants that card worse than you do. $500, I'll move it to this person for $1,000. Rather, I take 500 in cash, 500 in trade, 300 in cash, 700 in trade, whatever, however you work it out. But you got to be shrewd about that, and you got to have a plan with it. Cash is king, yes, and that's the easiest way. But if you're not looking to go easy and you're looking to really maximize what you can do with an investment, you look at it from that standpoint. That's how I attack the shows. I will take cash because some vendors won't budge off their items. Some of them aren't looking to trade. Some of them are looking for cash only. But I have some items that I'm buying for a cash price now that I think I can move at the national and get way more value on them than what I can get, just in cash directly. And I keep saying the national, and that's because that is my target place. That is where I think I can move a lot of these items, because if you're going to find buyers for niche items or rare items, that's where it's going to be. It's not going to be online. It's not going to be eBay, putting them at auction. People aren't going to be willing to pay your buy it now prices because nobody does buy it nows anymore because auctions are too cheap. So you got to have, for me, I have this side of my case and I have this side of my case. This side of my case is liquid. It's going to be easy to move wherever I put it. If I put it on MySlabs, eBay, take it to a dealer, people are going to buy it. It's liquid. Then I have this side of the case, high-end stuff, $2,000 and up, and I'm going to try to get more value out of that than I'm putting into it. Even if I just break even on the cash aspect of it. It's like, say, for instance, like I paid $450 for this Pulisic auto. If I can break even on the cash aspect of it and take $450 in cash, but get another $200 or $300 in trade with that, that's a win, because I'll turn that into $700 and some dollars worth of liquidity. So that's how I plan. Do you guys have any ways that you plan when you invest and you're planning on going to a big show or picking up items?
So what I talked about this on my Sunday video. I tend to go with not super low pop stuff, but like middle work. Cause I kind of like having the comp, cause it just makes it easy versus playing this big, long guessing game of, what's the comp, what's not the comp. But I think you could take advantage of the comp sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I bought, I'll make Dakota jealous because you're big on Vladdy, aren't you? So I picked up the, I don't know how well this is. Yeah, there it goes. Vlad Purple Refractor. It's out of $299. It's like pop 30. So the last comp on this was $1,200 at the beginning of June. And since then, his stuff has gone up probably, 30%, at least 35%.
I don't want to cut you off really, but we have a guest who's been sitting backstage, falling asleep on us. He's like, what the hell? They're ignoring us. So I'm going to go ahead and pull him in to the party. We're getting a loaded boat. Oh, there he is, guys. And now back to the Vladimir Guerrero segment.
What's going on, guys? How are you?
What's up, Dustin?
It's hanging out back there. I was like, I texted you, Steve. I'm like, I don't know if you're actually going to see me or what.
But I got talking.
This is a conspiracy to keep you off. That's all. The Vladdy. So the last comp was $1,200. His stuff's gone up 30% since then. I asked the guy how much he wanted for it. He said $1,100. I said, how about one? He said, how about $1,050? And I said, okay. So in that case, I used the last comp, in my opinion, to my advantage, because I bought it at a comp that was 3 weeks old when his stuff's gone up drastically since then on a low pop card, because one hadn't sold in 3 weeks. And the dealer was just like, oh yeah, last one sold for around $1,200. So I think sometimes you can use the comps to your advantage.
Well, I think just to your point, and Dustin, I don't know how long you've been listening, but yeah, I think I've enjoyed recently really diving into unique cards. It doesn't have to be $1,000 cards. I'm buying a lot of $80 and $200 cards, but there's a lot less comps, and you can always say the market's gone down 30% since then, and this and that and the other thing. And I just feel like there's a lot more room for negotiation on these more rare cards with less comps. And I think that makes, for me, the hobby a lot more fun. You get to sit there and haggle over a card and go back and forth. And I don't know, I've enjoyed it quite a bit.
It's actually a good point because, even like watching like Sasha T videos, occasionally he'll run into a card and it's like, what are the comps on this? There are no comps on it or whatever. And then they're just like throwing out numbers. And it's like, they figure out what that comp's going to be. So yeah, I kind of like that strategy. That's good thinking.
Yeah, like with me, as long as I know what I paid for it, that I'm safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that if I paid $2,500 for a card that we're not going to find any comps on, I can go into a negotiation asking very, very high. And I've talked about this before. You know, I can ask 4,000. If somebody brings me down to 3,000, they're getting $1,000 deal, and I'm making $500 in their eyes. You know, or they're getting a $1,000 deal in their eyes, and I'm profiting. I know that I'm profiting. They don't know what I'm profiting. They don't know what I paid, but we both walk away happy. Okay, I made $500. They felt like they got $1,000 off.
Yep.
You know, so that's they feel like they won the negotiation. I feel like I won the negotiation. Both people are happy. You'll do business again.
I think there's a lot of arbitrage on like the auto stuff, like that card, Steve, that you got in Dallas. That was what, like, was it Manning Marino?
Yeah.
You know, that's one where like it's a bin on eBay at like $4 or $5 grand. At the show, it's stickered at 2,200. You know,
Yeah.
or whatever, and then you ended up working from there. But I'm like, that's such a massive difference on those cards, and there's not comps on them. You know, because
funny thing is that's the same card that was on eBay.
Right.
That was the same seller.
Card. Yeah.
So the same seller had it buy it now on eBay, and I had it on my watch list, and I was like, man, do I buy this or do I try to find this card in Dallas? I don't want to drop $5 grand on this, but it was a grail card for me. I was like, I don't want to drop $5 grand on this, but I'll probably never see it again. I said, but maybe Dallas, there's some hope. And I got there and I saw it just kind of walking by out of the corner of my eye like a magnet. And I was like, holy crap. I didn't know till the next day because I went back to the room, looked at my eBay watch list, and it was gone. So I was like, did it sell? It actually said unsold. So I was like, okay, well, the seller took this down. When I went back into the show the next day, the guy saw me and called me over. He was like, oh, by the way, man, I did that deal with you yesterday. I'm glad you liked that card. And I was like, yeah. I was like, did you have it listed on eBay? He was like, yeah, as soon as you left yesterday, I had to delist it. So I got it 2,200 value for him. Actually, he came down, he had it stickered at 22. We negotiated 21 because I gave him 700 cash and the rest in trade.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I got it for less than half of the asking price on eBay.
Yeah. And you only came out of pocket $700 cash.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you gave up cards, but I know the cards that you gave up, you were already ahead on those.
Yeah. The Trey Young I give up, I was $300 ahead on. And the Albert Pujols that I give up, I was about 800 ahead on, something like that.
That's the platform we need to make, gents. We need either StarStock needs to let me trade cards and trade for value, or we need to come up with the eBay that allows me to trade. Because there's been a few cards I'm like, okay, I want to buy this card, and I'm like, man, I wish I could just trade these 3 cards I have sitting over here for. If I was, if we were in person, I could do it, but it's not possible on eBay. You have to sell the 3, get the cash, and then move it. So it's a pain in the ass. But hey, if one of us figures that out, it'd be a great platform.
I wonder if StarStock, whatever. I wonder if that has to be on a whiteboard somewhere in a.
I think so. I've mentioned it a few times. They need to have the ability to trade. It might be crazy. I don't know what the coding for that would look like, but yeah.
I think they need the ability to run auctions too.
I would love that. Yeah,
even if it was like, so say maybe not like every single card could be put up for auction, but maybe they take like you could submit your cards that you think deserve to go to auction or something like that, and they auction like 100 cards a week, and it's kind of like a PWCC thing. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's something limited like that, where they're kind of taking the nicer stuff that people are looking to move, but there needs to be a way to force action on that platform versus just passively sitting there waiting for offers to roll in.
Yeah. Ziggy asked, how would StarStock make money on trades? You'd have to have value. They would I think you just say the highest estimated value of the 2 cards, apply it to both cards, they get 5%. I mean, that's what I would.
I don't know that they need to though. Like to me, that's a marketing. Think of it like that's like a marketing feature to get more users on the platform.
Definitely could be that too. I mean,
you buy and sell it, our 5% fee, but trades are free.
Yep.
Because what's to them, all it's doing is just it's on paper. Like it's in a database moving back and forth. It's not like someone's like actually doing work for that. So to me, that would be a user acquisition cost essentially.
All right, so Charles says, what's up? He just got here. Charles, I was going to make you a moderator tonight because you asked to be a moderator last week, and I didn't know how to do it because I'm a computer noob, okay? I need training. And I was on with Dakota earlier saying, man, how do I do a double box? And how can I pull up a separate screen? Do I need a separate monitor? Da, da, da. It's terrible. But anyway, you weren't here. I gave a monitor to Michael Ham, and I haven't seen him in a while. He was probably like, this job's too hard. I'm getting out of here. But anyway,
He's here.
Charles is
real
king
quick.
of the PMGs.
I do want to plug again the national giveaway, guys. The national giveaway trip is going down. Everyone that you see on this screen right now has contributed. It's not a competition, so it's not like this person did this, that's, that, and the other. The 4 of us have contributed. So it's turned into not just Flipping Steve's giving away a trip. There's people are backing me up. The community has come together. I kind of knew this would happen because I know what kind of fellas these guys are. Haven't got to meet everyone in person yet, but eventually. And, the giveaway's coming together. More and more stuff is going to be getting added to it. I'm going to drop an official video on it. I do want to get a couple people entered tonight. I don't know people who are in the comments that are interested in winning. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get at least maybe 4 entries tonight. And what I'm going to have each of these gentlemen here do is ask a question to chat pertaining to their channel, which means you're going to have followed these guys. You're going to have liked their videos. You're going to have watched their videos, not just put it by and be like, okay, I'm going to give him a view and I'm going to walk away, And they're going to ask you a question, whether it's about themselves, about their channel, something that you should probably know. And if you answer correctly, first person on my screen, because sometimes people lag, will be entered into this drawing. Now, we're not going to be drawing until closer to the beginning of July, maybe 2 more weeks, but we're going to start getting some entries in. So we'll start with Dakota. Dakota, and you guys have time to think. Dakota's been put on the spot first.
I was going to say, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah, I didn't. This was not on the sheet that I got.
Hey, it can be anything. It can be anything. Like I ask stupid stuff sometimes. But anyway, Dakota, if you got a question that you think people should kind of know the answer.
I do have a question, but first I got to give a shout out to Nick there. I mean, that's a huge super chat from
Nick coming in red hot with $24.99. Also, guys, everything in the super chat right now is going towards the show. Last week's video actually did last week's live stream actually did close to $200 with the super chats. That's going into the giveaway. That's going towards a plane ticket. That's going towards whatever is needed, transportation, wherever the hotel. The hotel is taken care of. The entrance fee, VIP entrance fee is taken care of. This money coming in now will help with transportation, whether it's Ubers, whether it's if you live far and you need a flight, whatever it may be. It's just going to happen. A national trip is going to happen for someone that's not fortunate enough to send themselves. The community, the guys in our small community are going to send you. It's going to happen.
There's you already got winners. Triggerfinger, damn, giving answers to the question before I even asked it.
Triggerfinger locked this one down already.
That's why he's called Triggerfinger, man. That's why he's called Triggerfinger.
We'll go. I'm gonna go 3. What 3 quarterbacks am I investing in? And Triggerfinger is giving you 1. I mean, that's he damn put it in there 10 times.
So he said, what 3 quarterbacks are you investing in right now?
Yep.
And only answer, guys, if you're interested in getting into the giveaway. If you're not going into the giveaway and you don't want to go to the national, or you're already going and you've booked your trip and everything like that, just leave this question out there for the people who are interested in the giveaway. And maybe everybody that's here, maybe there's nobody interested. I mean, maybe everybody here has already got their plan set, or just don't want to go, or whatever.
I think you already got a winner. I got to give it to Noon and Cardboard there. And Rob, you're not far off. And honestly, I would have accepted either. Whoever said it first. I see Noonan in there first, though.
So what is the answer?
Sam Darnold. Yeah, Carson Wentz and Kyler Murray.
So Darnold, Wentz, and Kyler. So Noonan Cardboard. So Noonan, make sure you contact me on Instagram if you're not already following, and message me so that I know that you're actually interested in being entered in the giveaway. But I'm taking your name down now. You'll be one of the names being entered into the giveaway. So who is up next? Neo?
I have one, Dustin, or do you still need time?
No, I think I got it. I'm gonna throw a softball out there. Go ahead.
for it.
Softball.
Oh, okay. I'll do mine. Who is my favorite NFL football team?
Come on.
That's going to
that's
be
easy.
quick.
That's too easy.
All right.
There's so many
all
people out
all
there that want to
alternate-
answer this
Alternate question.
just to be right.
I mean, maybe
Yeah.
no one will get it. Who knows?
I've got another one if you want me to do a different one.
I have
Everyone watches your
popped up
channel.
at once. I was about to click one.
Yeah.
Is D Peasy the first one you guys see?
The first one, goodness gracious.
Because I have Whitmire say Luca. I have Rob Sonner say Breeze, and then D Peasy's in with Saints.
I have
Yeah.
DPZ as having it.
Yeah.
first.
Okay. So D Peasy, we're answering for the national giveaway to get yourself entered into the trip to the national. If
A lot
you
of people put Bucks, your evil doppelgangers.
so your name is being taken down, and make sure you contact me on Instagram to let me know for sure that's something you want to be entered into. Also, I got to put this out there, guys. You got to be 18. All right. You got to be 18. You got to be an adult.
Some
Yeah.
12-year-old kid shows up
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
on Steve's
You have to
dime.
be 18. Like, hopefully, I didn't like put the. I was going to do. I'm doing an official video on it tomorrow. That's going to have the fine print. But
I
the
can see
fine
the
print is
card
basically
porn
you got to
IG
at least be
post already.
18.
Yeah. All of a
Card porn
sudden,
IG post. YouTuber invites 12-year-old boy to the national.
yeah, all of a sudden it just became only Steve's giveaway.
Come walking in the Hyatt.
I need that PayPal thing refunded there. Steve. I didn't know it was this kind of trip.
Oh my god.
Oh goodness.
A better shot is talking about. Let's give some cards away. So a better shot. I'll let you know if you're waiting for me to draw the names for the super chat raffle. That'll be closer to probably another hour from now, probably 11 p.m. Eastern. I always draw it at the end of my live shows, and they run about 2 hours. So, and you have to be here to win. So if you need to run or go do something, just make sure you're back by 5 minutes to 11 Eastern time if you're entered in the raffle, because I won't be drawing those like midstream. I got to give everybody a chance to get entered.
All
So
right, I have
DPZ
mine
says
if you want it, Steve.
DPZ says he's 42. You're not ready yet, Neo?
No, I'm good. I got it.
Oh, you got it? All right. Here's Neo's question, guys. Get ready.
This should be easy. What is the specific year and player and brand of card? It's a little more expensive that I have been talking about buying for the last 2 to 3 weeks.
I just bid on one. Can I answer?
Did you?
No, I'll wait. I'll let them answer. I hope I'm not wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring for this reward.
Ooh, no one's got it yet. Someone's close.
Someone got the year way wrong.
Yeah. People are close. Someone's real close, but I have not seen the specific year. There it is. Rob got it. I think Rob's first.
Let me see here. Oh, man.
Rob said 03 tops LeBron. Is that right? Good. Tops Chrome LeBron.
Yeah, that's correct.
I thought you were going 17 Optic Mahomes.
Nah. I mean, I am interested in that, but that's not the one.
Yeah, you've been talking about you've been talking about that one for a while. The Tops Chrome.
So did you get the right answer? I'm having a hard time writing on this paper that I have.
Yeah, Rob got it. I believe Rob was the first. To answer Ziggy's question, I will be ripping X-Men metal boxes as soon as I get them.
So Doodad, I see your super chat up here, but I don't. Oh, okay, it's coming in. It's coming in a little bit later. Okay.
Why would you want to rename your channel? Cards and Comics is like the perfect channel name.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to stop my camera. You guys take over for a second. I'm just going to go grab a piece of paper.
Cards
What can
and comics.
possibly go wrong here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
You're going to delete everybody else off. It's just going to be me sitting here. That's what usually happens. This dude, Cards and Comics, I don't know if his channel, he's got like he picked up an Avengers #1. I don't know if that was recent, but I saw that on like a mail day. He's got some really nice stuff. Cards and Comics.
That's a big mail day.
Yeah, he has some really good stuff.
I actually gave consideration today to potentially renaming my channel, but I don't know to what.
You're Neo. You can't reach it.
Well, I was actually going to shorten it to Neo, like instead of Northeast Ohio.
Neo Sports Cards. Nah, I don't know.
I was going to do like I was thinking maybe Neo's Cards and Comics, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's got a ring to it.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Doodad, thanks a lot for that. Remember, again, guys, if you are donating, $3 gets you into the raffle, which already includes the Mosaic Blaster, the two soccer cards, and I'm also throwing in now the just some select basketball, get you started on some rookies.
Oh, Rob's already going to the National, even though he got the answer to my question right. Is that
multiple
right?
rookies in there? Roy, Hunter, Hero, Garland. Just a stack of concourse select basketball. Probably, at least $30 in raw card value there. So now there's going to be at least 3 prizes given out tonight. And let's see. Oh, so Neo, speaking of, so who was the last name that I'm getting entered in there for that?
Well,
It was Rob, but he said he's already going.
But he's already going. All right, so
Good luck finding who is second.
I know, right?
He's saying give it to Chaotic, but did Chaotic get it right? I mean, Brett Williams is calling us the Illuminati. I think Brett might have to go at that point, man. I don't see. I'll try to go back up and see if I see anyone else in the chat who said it after.
Also, anyone who has donated $5 or more or $4.99 or more, go to Instagram and send me your address because I'm going to send you some stickers. Okay, you get the stickers for free. I know you don't want them, but you might have a dartboard that needs a bullseye on it or something. Just stick my sticker up there. You'll hit it every time.
Hey, well, Neil, yeah, Chaotic actually did say it first. I don't know. I guess we both missed it. He actually says it first. He says it a minute before Rob does. He says,
"Oh, I must have missed that then."
I missed it too. Yeah, I didn't see it. He says top. He specifies. He says Topps Chrome 9 too.
Oh, he even said the PSA 9.
Yeah.
Okay, that's even. He didn't get the year, but going with the PSA 9, that's pretty.
He said 03. I think he said 03. I think I saw it. Yeah, I think you got it right. So Chaotic should win then for Neo's portion, I think.
So we got Chaotic. So then we have 3 entries so far of Noonan Cardboard, D Peasy, and Chaotic. You guys make sure you get the Instagram. Let me know that you definitely want to be entered to win that and that you weren't just competing tonight.
I see Lutz has asked a couple different times about HGA. I'm not big on HGA. Just for a quick answer on that. I don't know what everyone else's thoughts are on it, but
go ahead.
Yeah. If you I talked about a little bit in my Philly video about how.
Oh no.
I have a Zion courtside. If I had that in any other slab, they would, because I got asked for Zion. Like every one of them, I sold all my Zions except for 2. One of them was because I wanted to keep it because I don't want to sell it. I'd be a little bit too backwards on it. The other one was HGA slab. It didn't generate any interest, and it was like the best one out of all of them as far as cards go. I don't know. What the National will bring. I don't know if I should crack it. I don't know if HGA will go up. I really don't know, but I mean, this card is pretty as liquid as it gets in the basketball market right now. So
the
only reason I can say it wasn't generating any interest is because of the slab that it was in. I would have probably got more interest if it was raw, to be honest.
What grade is that?
This is a 9.5.
Oh, it's a 9.5.
It's a 9.5. So, yeah, I don't know if it's because vendors are finding them hard to resell as well, because it might be a little niche. So actually that slab could, it has. Let's say what it has done. That slab has cost that card liquidity.
Yeah,
it may have put a bigger price tag on it with the grade. However, it has cost it liquidity. So I could sell that more than a raw card, but not as easy as a raw card.
Yeah, I agree. I think this whole idea of custom slabbing is great for the hobby, and I hope that this kind of continues. But like honestly, I don't need the grades. I just want a custom slab for cards that I want in my collection. But if I just have a base Prism Kyler Murray or some sort of base Zion or something I want to move, I'm not putting in HGA. I mean, it has to be unique. You know, the downtown cards and HGA cases, those are kind of cool because they get to put a unique slab on them, and those are collector's cards. But base cards, it's probably a mistake to put them in HGA case.
I'm still intrigued to use them for Marvel cards. I would like to see their custom labels. For,
good luck with this copyright.
Marvel stuff.
Well, I found like certain cards, like niche market type cards, whether it's Marvel or G.I. Joe or any of that, what used to be considered outside the box, because nothing became outside the box.
Yeah.
Are pretty easy. A lot easier to move in SGC or in other slabs that typically don't have as much liquidity on the sports cards. And that's because lack of slabs in the market. I call it lack of slab competition. So if you can't find the card in a PSA, what's the next best thing to do? If you want that card graded, buy it in an SGC. And a lot of times these cards, you're finding them more in SGC type slabs. That's the kind of stuff that people are actually using SGC for, in my opinion, more so than their modern sports cards and things like that, because they know that if someone wants a graded, Duke G.I. Joe card, they're going to have to settle for what is on eBay. And more than likely, there's not many in any slabs on eBay, so they're going to have to take it in the slab that it's in.
We could, if you want to rip some G.I. Joe cards, I got the box sitting right there. Sitting right there.
He's right, and I say
have you ripped any of that stuff yet?
I haven't. I mean, as a kid, I did, and then when the Marvel stuff was going crazy, I got that box for like $20 before everything went nutty on sealed wax prices for old school junk wax. There's no reason to rip it now because there's nowhere to send it to grade.
I still have this ComC envelope here, and I have no idea what's in it. But now that we're talking about Marvel cards, I think it's a Marvel card.
Ooh, mystery ComC envelope.
Again, the last ComC order that I've reached out to them like 3 separate times on emails for this package. I think they've had it. Being generous, I'm going to say February, but I'm really looking to go back to like November that they've had this and haven't shipped it. I haven't bought anything off of their website since then because I just have no idea when I'm going to get it. This thing could have spiked and dipped in the market 10 times by now.
People were talking about SGC earlier. I saw I posted about this on a YouTube community post. Luca Prism Silver SGC 10 went for $2,700 yesterday when a PSA 10 is doing $5K still. That's a yikes for SGC comps.
But I think the Luca base was actually holding a little bit stronger, and that could be because there's so many in the PSA case that the collectability of the SGC case might draw a little bit more of a demand. Like when the Jordan 86 Fleer sold, like the one that sold, now I don't remember if that was quite a pristine or if it was just a regular 10. The first really big one that sold through SGC was like 450,000. And that was because you don't see SGC 10 86 Fleer Jordans. Not like you see them in PSA. Rather it's a tougher grade, or rather people just don't submit to them for value purposes. If not many people submit to them and you have somebody specifically looking for that card in that slab, now you're talking about a rarity issue. So, you got 10 PSA 10 Jordans over here selling, or you've got one to 2 selling every month or every couple of months, but you see an SGC 10 come up once a year. Now it's like this has got some sort of collectability / rarity to it, where even if you're just a Michael Jordan collector and you've got deep pockets, okay, I want a 10 in a PSA case, and I got to get this 10 in this SGC case because I don't know when I'm going to see another one. I remember the first SGC 10 Jordan outselling the first the PSA by like a 2.5x originally around Last Dance time period.
Yeah, I'm all for SGC 10s for the right card. It's kind of like what you're saying. If it's an important card,
yeah,
I think it's nuts that SGC is half or whatever for some of those. It's crazy.
Yeah, and
they're so hard to sell, man. At least on Ultra Modern,
they're still
so hard to move.
They're still really good in the vintage baseball market. I learned that in Philly, and they're really strong. I mean, there's not really a difference between a PSA or an SGC in vintage baseball. When I was looking at those Jackie Robinsons, they were the same price if I bought it in a PSA or a SGC. So at that point, to me, it becomes eye appeal. And on the vintage stuff, if SGC is going to hold the same value, I like the vintage stuff in that black slab. It just looks good. I think the Jackie card that I bought pops a lot better with that black background. And it even makes it look like it should look. It makes it look old. I mean, let's get it, like we've always said, SGC slabs look kind of dated. So does PSA, but I mean, SGC just seems like it's a black slab. It's kind of dated. But if I'm buying a vintage card and the case looks dated, to me, that goes together well.
I think SGC generally looks better with older cards because, most older cards tend to have white borders. You've got that black tuxedo. It's almost like the Staples Center, right? It's so dark out in the crowds and the showcases on the floor. That's what I like about SGC slabs. I feel it really pulls your attention, your eyeballs to the card, and that's why I like them. Some of the modern cards that have that gray, that silver, that black, that look, it kind of blends in with the slab and the card kind of disappears. And that's why some modern stuff doesn't look as good in SGC slabs, in my opinion. What do I know about anything?
Here's a good question if you guys want to touch on this after you finish that thought about the SGC.
I haven't touched a rock. I haven't bought a rock card in over a year.
I'm not grading any. I'm buying a ton of raw, but I'm just flipping it. I feel like I get a lot of good values on raw, especially at card shows in person. I talk about Star Stock Bees all the time. I think there's a lot of good value in raw, but I'm just selling and flipping. I'm not grading anything.
Now, do you guys currently have any orders out?
I have two. I have a Marvel order that I sent myself, and I have about 20 cards through Card Collector 2 that I'm hoping are back before the National.
I sent in some Pokemon with some rare stuff, like weird stuff, like rock and roll stickers, like Jimi Hendrix, Van Halen, stuff like that, old Panini stickers. Well, the Van Halen was like in 1985, but I had just gotten that prior to Eddie Van Halen's passing. I didn't even buy it when he passed, and that actually was a sucky one because I love Van Halen. But it reminded me of my uncle. My uncle, it's not personal time, but my uncle was like my older brother. He passed right around like shortly before that. He's the one that introduced me to Van Halen. He was only 10 years older than me and was taken too early. But anyway, lost my train of thought. But anyway, I got some of that stuff out with, along with some basketball miscellaneous stuff. But that's the stuff I'm really looking forward to getting those stickers back. I just want them for myself.
How about CSG? Anybody giving?
I was looking at a card on CSG. I almost brought it to your attention because I know you're finding value in CSG, and it might be a card that you might have liked. It was the 2017 XRC of Baker Mayfield in a 9.5. Now that XRC Baker sells for probably close to $2,000 or $1,500 in a PSA. So I was watching that to see if it was going to end around, $400 or $500, because if it was, I was going to buy it. It's still live, so I don't know. But anyway, if you want to take a look at it, I was actually going to link that to you in like our Facebook chat and say, hey, I know you like the value on CSG. Yeah. If that's something you want to look at. So don't worry about like bidding against me or anything if it's something that you want or like to look at.
It's weird. It's like it feels kind of like prices are down in general for PSA stuff. And then, of course, you've got BGS and SGC. And then like nobody cares about the CGC, the CSG stuff. Like when we were in Dallas, like nobody was selling it. I think I bought the only 2 CSG cards at the show.
Yeah, like I found I think 2 tables that had some CSG stuff. One of them was tucked way in the back by Mealy Stocks, and the other one was right there where I did a deal for where I sold some soccer stuff to Robert Galvez, I believe. He's on Twitter, but there with the guys from Sports Talk, I think, or Card Talk.
Yeah,
Ryan.
Yeah, that's who I bought the
Ryan Lou and
PhD
Tyler.
slabs.
Yeah,
I bought it from the one guy, the producer guy. He's a nice guy.
Oh, Tyler, that was Tyler, right?
Not Tyler. He's not with Lou and them. It's the guy behind the scenes. I just can't remember his name, but he's a really nice guy.
You guys should come to the Card Collector 2 trade night July 2nd.
They're the ones that bought my Lewandowski sticker off of me. They bought my Lewandowski and my Zidane stickers off me.
So I think the biggest problem with CSG is they are ultra backed up already. Like ridiculously backed up. Like SGC last spring levels of backed up almost, I think.
All right, now that
SGC levels are backed up when PSA shut down for 3 months, BGS is shut down for 2+ months, no end in sight. They just shut down first. That's all.
What kind of likes? Does anybody know what kind of likes I'm at?
64.
64?
If my count's accurate.
Yeah, there's like 167 people watching, which is absolutely amazing.
You have 8 dislikes too. Those are probably for me.
At least
it could have been.
Oh, it's definitely from Will and what's the other guy? Bush Leaguers.
Do they always dislike?
No, they were talking smack about me earlier, so I'm just throwing them out.
We're up to 79 now. It jumped because we talked smack.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get. Okay, so we crossed 75. I'll open this mystery ComC pack. Mystery ComC. I think I know what it is. If it is what it is, and I'm excited for it. But by this time, it's too late to send in to get graded or anything. Although I probably would pay to send this to PSA at a decent rate. I don't know, $300. It might be something completely different. February 19th. Okay, we got the date. February 19th. So that's how long ago I bought this.
What an absolute mess they are.
Target ship date. Okay, target ship date, February 19th. Estimated delivery, Tuesday, February 23rd. Oops. So that was their ship and target delivery.
Oh, my gosh.
Guest rushed. It says guest rushed, which means I paid for rushed shipping. And I paid $86 for this Marvel card, and it's probably tanked since I paid for it. We'll see, Neo. You'll know. It's not graded. It's raw. It's an $86 raw Marvel card.
This week.
That better be a
David
PMG,
Adams to send me
Steve.
some shipping.
It's not a PMG. It's not a PMG.
It's just like
$4, and it's not a PMG. Holy smokes!
Man, they child-proofed it. I can't get into it.
It's like a 1990 Impel Iceman, regular base.
It said Iceman Hollow. He didn't have a hollow.
Yeah.
This is 2012 first Iceman Prism.
This right here is why I do my mail days with packages already open.
Yeah, well, I'm trying. I just don't want to. They did a tape job on it, and I didn't want to because it's a raw card. It is a cool card, though. The suspense is probably not killing everyone.
If it's not a PMG and it was $90, what year is it from? Oh, I distracted him.
2007. No, wait, 2000.
I can already see it. It's a Carnage Jambalaya.
Oh, yeah, you saw it.
That was going to be my next guess, was a Jambalaya.
Yeah, it's a Carnage Jambalaya.
They made jambalayas? That is awesome. Oh, my God. I've never seen that. Dude,
I was just looking at a Venom and Carnage one ended over the weekend at auction.
How much?
Probably less.
I think the Venom went for close to 100 and the Carnage went for about $60 or $70.
Those are all. That's awesome. That's awesome card.
More. It's from 2007 Fleer Ultra Spider-Man, I think.
Yeah, does it say 2007 or 17?
Or is it 2017 Fleer Ultra?
I love podcasters saying 2017.
Yeah, I think it's 2017 Fleer Ultra.
2017, yeah. If I can get it.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
looks
awesome.
cool.
It's a really good set. The 2017 set's insane. It's impossible to find boxes for it.
It's pretty clean. I mean, I would get this graded.
those are monsters on like a Kobe or whatever.
Oh,
yeah, that's why I was anything that was really popular and going crazy in basketball, like precious metal gems and jambalayas and stuff. I was kind of trying to carry that trend into the Marvel cards I was looking for. I got a bunch of precious metal gems of Venom and Carnage before they really went up in price. I got them for like $20-25 a piece.
Did you sell your ASM 300, Steve?
What's that?
Did you sell your ASM 300?
Yes.
Oh, you did sell it.
Yeah, I sold it.
Market's cooled on those a little bit.
Yeah, I sold it at the comic book shop last week, so no shipping, no hassle, no nothing. I got eBay comp for it. I got rate at like $1,400 for it.
That's not bad. What were you into it for?
I was in on it for $8. So I was like, yeah, I bought it for $8 back when I was on vacation in Arizona.
Light work, as the kids say.
Yeah, like the fact that I walked into the comic shop and I laid that and a Star Wars book on the counter, and the guy was like, "What the hell are you doing to me?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "This stuff." I was like, "I'm bringing you the goods," is exactly what I said. And I've never dealt with him before. Usually when I go in there, the guy that buys is only there one day a week, and it's a day that I work. But he's a Star Wars fan. So he was buying, I mean, he's a Amazing Spider-Man collector. So he was buying that book for himself. He wasn't buying it to relist in his shop. So I knew I had him. He was like, "You can't bring me Amazing Spider-Man books." He goes, "I've already spent so much money today buying other inventory." And I was like, "Hey, bet you haven't bought one of these today." And he was like, "No, you're right, and I need it." And he was like, "Man, let me call my wife." He gets on the phone, and then he whips out some plastic bags of cash. I guess he went to the back to the safe, and he was like, well, he wanted the pair of books. He did want the Star Wars. He had a buyer for it, but he was waiting for them to call him back. But I wouldn't budge on my price. He was like, "I'll give you he was like, "I'll give you $1,000 for the Star Wars book." It was the Heir to the Empire. And I was like, "Can't do $1,000." I was like, "Can't do it." I was like, "I'm at $1,500 and that's a concrete floor." I said, I'll walk out if I can't get what I want, but I'll sell you the Spider-Man book." So he bought the Spider-Man book. I walked out, listed the Heir to the Empire on MySlabs when I got home, and sold it for $1,600.
MySlabs does comic books?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. So I was asking $1,500 from him. Didn't get it. Got $1,600 on MySlabs and only had to pay $16, 1% commission. So, and then I shipped it. So basically I made about $50 extra just for shipping it myself.
If I walk into the National and there's a giant size X-Men 1 or a Hulk 181, there's going to be trouble. I might need an intervention from one of you guys or a push in the right direction.
Yeah, I'll be the wrong guy to talk you out of it.
Yeah, we'd be fighting over it. We'd be pushing each other out of the way, going for it.
Yeah. It's a great book. I had a 3.5 giant size X-Men 1. I think I told you about this, Neil.
Yeah, you sold it way too early.
Like 2 years ago, I bought it for like $400 or $500, and I sold it for like $900. And I was like, "Woo!" Just like with a lot of stuff. And I will say though, I will say though that it wasn't the best looking 3.5. Like it wasn't like an amazing looking 3.5. It was like pretty beat up, I thought.
Those lower grades on comics go all over the. You have to it's very much buy the slab, not the buy the comic, not the grade on that lower grade comic stuff. The eye appeal varies wildly on low grade stuff.
All right, I'm buying this, and everybody in the chat is going to be like, "What a waste of money!" You guys are going to be like, "You guys are going to agree with chat."
Is it another Tyler Hero card?
No, it's Danny Dimes.
Hey, I'm
Danny Dimes.
Reverse negative cardboard print parallel on card auto.
Yeah, is that his signature? Is that his autograph? Thanks.
So, anyway, I'm playing a strategy that I played in Dallas. I bought this card, almost the exact same card, in a Kyler Murray, and I moved it at Dallas for quite a bit more than I went in on it. So I'm trying to do the same thing with the Daniel Jones because his floor or his price point's really low right now. This is a white prism numbered out of 35, PSA 10. So it looks pretty good with the uniform. It's rare, 35 on there. I paid
don't think-
$400
I've never
for it,
seen a
which
white
might sound
prism look
steep, but
bad.
I think I can move it for $6.
What'd you say, Neo?
I've never seen a white prism look bad. There's no card that the white prism variations look bad on ever.
Yeah, it's a good.
Yeah, I bought the Kyler Murray back in March for $900. It was the same card, and then I took it to Dallas and I got $1,400 for it. So I'm thinking I might be able to get 6 for this, at least in trade. I'll get more trade value out of it. But if I paid $400, I think there'll be a little bit more hype generated around football. Now I know a lot of people's going to be trying to maybe move their football at the National. But that's my rationale, is that if everyone else is trying to move football, then I got to have football cards that everybody else doesn't have. So I don't think a whole lot of people will be walking around with this. It's printed out of 35, and then the pop report's like 3 for a 10. So
I brought this up on the Women of the Hobby show that I was on the other day. Do you think the Nationals going to have like a flood of football and a dearth of basketball and other stuff? Because like everyone's going in with the mindset of like, let me bring all this football stuff to move. Football's going to be hot.
I think football will be moving a lot. I think everybody will be either buying it or selling it. I think it will be the major focus, just like basketball was the major focus in Dallas. Although I moved football in Dallas. Like I said, I just moved a Kyler. And Brady and Mahomes was the 2 biggest names at Dallas. Even though basketball was the biggest sport as a whole, the 2 biggest names as a whole were Brady and Mahomes. Dustin, you could probably attest to that. Brady and Mahomes stuff was just, if you went up to any vendor,
Definitely Tom Brady stuff for sure.
Yeah.
There was a lot of high end stuff. I mean, not like Contenders auto rookie stuff, but like a lot of, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, a lot of big stuff like that.
Yeah. So like Michael says, everyone's going to try to dump basketball. Football and soccer will be the main sellers. I honestly wouldn't mind trading out of my football into basketball come national time. That's where I'm looking at my value at. If I can get this football now and take some of this rare football, even if I get trade value on it for basketball that's going to be down, that's where I look to get my biggest bang for the buck, per se. And soccer is going to hold strong all year because you have Euros, and then you have League, and then you have World Cup coming around the corner. I'm getting my U.S. men's national team stuff now. Like I showed, I picked up the Pulisic that just came in today. I mean, and I'm only buying him in his U.S. men's national kit. I'm not buying him in Chelsea or Dortmund, even though most of his rookie cards are in Dortmund. And most of his new stuff, like his impeccable and autograph items, high-end autograph items, have him in his Chelsea kit. I still believe come World Cup, it's going to be people in the U.S. that it finally because a lot of people in the U.S. don't know who he is unless you follow soccer. I mean, I can go to work and say to people, hey, do you know who Christian Pulisic is? And they'll be like, no. But if I say it to a soccer fan, they know. But come World Cup time, everybody will know his name. And they will know his name because he's an American, which means that's the cards that they're going to want. They're going to want U.S. men's national team kit. They're not going to give 2 shits about Chelsea or Dortmund. They don't even know who those teams are. And in their mind, those teams don't exist. But U.S. men's national team does exist. So I'm trying to find on-card autos of him while they're cheap. There's not much on-card stuff of him. And all of his on-card stuff, like I said, is Chelsea kits from Immaculate and things like that this year. So I'm just trying to grab on-card autos of him in his U.S. men's national kit, and I'll hold them, till World Cup comes around. If I wait to buy them in like 4 to 6 months, I just believe that's what everybody else is doing. Everybody else in the soccer market, that's what they're doing. They're like, okay, I need to get in on my Pulisics come January because the World Cup is in June or July or whatever. I'm just being like, nope, I need to get my Pulisics now because that's going to be everybody's thought in January. So I don't mind holding. I have the budget, or I don't mind having the money tied up till then because I believe it'll have a good return come then.
I saw something, maybe it was Ziggy was asking about breaking attendance records at the National. And I was thinking, like, on the one hand, like, yeah, if it was last year's National when everything was, red hot, kind of like going through, last year. But this year is kind of interesting because the markets come down for the lower end and mid-level stuff. So, is it going to be, wacky bonkers, or are people, the people that were in 6 months ago are not in or taking a break or whatever? What do you guys think?
I think it's going to be wacky bonkers because people have built all these relationships over the last year in quarantine. And this is going to be like the big social coming out party. Okay. So like a bunch of people that, oh my God, I've been talking to you like every day on Instagram or in Discord or whatever. We'll all meet up at the National, all hang out. It's being talked to death.
Are you seeing that in Discords and stuff? Like people,
I mean, just look at us. I mean, like a lot of us are all going to meet for the first time. I know some of you guys met at Dallas, but like I've talked to a lot of people that are like, hey, I can't wait to meet you at the National and stuff like that. So I think there's definitely some of that going on for sure.
What do you think? I think it's going to be huge. I think it's going to break. I think it's going to be an all-time record for a card show. And I actually don't know that it'll be beat anytime soon. I don't think it'll be. I think this is going to be the biggest one. I think next year will be smaller.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect. I've never been to a National, and I had never been to Dallas. And apparently the Dallas that I went to was the biggest Dallas, there had been. So I'm going to guess this is going to be the biggest. Everybody's talking about it, just like they were Dallas. I don't know. I mean, even if it was to get smaller, would it be recognizably smaller?
We roll in there and it's a total ghost town.
Yeah, right. Like,
we're like, are we in the right spot? Like, what happened?
Yeah. I mean, like, would you ever walk into something like the National and be like, man, this is slow? I mean, I think there's big and then there's bigger. I don't necessarily know if there's
right.
You know what I mean?
It'll be big. It'll be big.
Here's the real question. What will be higher, the number of attendees or the number of YouTube videos posted about the National?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cameras bumping into cameras.
It was like that in Dallas, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. I find it really awkward to shoot at shows because, like, I don't know. I feel it's intrusive. I feel like I'm intruding in people's space, but I don't know.
I've found that having done it now a couple times just at locals, and I think it's also hard to do. We're not all like Dustin and have a camera guy.
Well, that's why that time was fun, because it was like my buddy who was like, hey, let's just screw around. We'll have some drinks and we'll, do, camera it and whatever. So I thought that was fun, but like just seeing all the work that goes into it, even just for Brian being there, I was like, I'm never going to do that again. I mean, I'll do kind of like what we had talked about, like little snippets where we're, like at the hotel or whatever. That stuff is fun. And also I just like that for documentation purposes. Like, I think that's kind of cool to have for our own, documentation. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I won't be like show floor, stuff, unless it's like, I'm videoing my wife or something, or, something stupid.
Yeah. My video, I kind of did a synopsis. I may have done 2 videos. I think one of them might've just been snippets. Cause I did a video on how to plan a trip to Dallas, like where to fly into, good places to stay and things like that, to try to be kind of helpful. However, that's not what people want. People want to see big deals, and people want, not everybody, but people kind of want to tell you to tell them what to buy. But that's not my gig. I was just trying to do something helpful and be like, hey, if you want to go to Dallas, nice place to stay, fairly priced, got restaurants around it, Ubers, things like that. That one had a bunch of snippets and little footage of us in the lobby and different things like that.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then the second one I did was my basic breakdown of everything that happened at the show, what I took out of it, where I thought the market was, what I thought was trending from the show, and just, basically my view of what the show was about. That actually, and I don't know if it's because Neo talked about it on his channel, that video did really good for me. I don't know if more people caught wind of it or what. That was my last really good video that had really good feedback, as far as viewership and stuff goes. But I know Neo had mentioned it in one of his videos.
I think that's the content that people want, that they don't. I don't want to say that they don't know that they want, but I mean, I've talked about it a bunch. Like, my plans for the National, you guys are all obviously aware, and I've talked about it on my channel, is to do like end of day recaps and post that night, not so much vlogging content. Because I just know when I was not at Dallas, That's what I was looking for. Like the vlog style stuff and seeing people cut big deals for cards is cool, but like everyone's doing that. Like I wanted like a roundtable discussion of anywhere from 2 to 5 people that I like their opinions of, hey, here was the vibe today. Like everyone was trading, or everyone wanted LeBron, or everyone wanted Brady. And like, this is what I'm seeing, hearing, feeling. This is the vibe. Like that's what I was desperate for, as someone that was not in Dallas watching from afar. And there wasn't a lot of content like that until after everyone got back. Like Steve did his video. She Collects Cards did a really good, like 10-minute breakdown of the vibe. That kind of stuff I think is what I personally was looking for. And everyone that did videos like that, they seem to perform really well. Like Steve, yours did really good. I think Hannah's did really good. So
just to follow up on that and to say that you're right, like literally every live stream after that, people, I had Dustin on, I had Steve on too. Literally the first question is, what were the vibes? What vibes did you get at the show? Just to your point, that is what people want to see. And I thought too, the next one I go to, if I get to see anyone and I do dinner or something, that's it, man. Just have a dinner table, a camera, and just chat. Hey, what happened? It's going to be hell to edit, but it is what it is.
All right. Yeah, and that's why I've been behind the scenes putting group chats together for content creators that are going to the nationals, so we could just basically put up the bat signal of, hey, I'm planning on recording something in a couple hours. Who wants to hop on? Meet me in this hotel lobby or whatever the setup is once we're there, and kind of get a lay of the land. Because that's the kind of stuff I want to do while I'm there, even if it's just by myself doing it or just grabbing whoever I could grab. It's a lot easier to edit. Vlog style footage sucks for editing purposes. It takes forever.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's way different. The best box breaking Zig was when Brad did the SCI video and he spent like $800 on a box that had like nothing in it. I love that. That was great.
That one Jeff did with I forget who he did it with. That box break was insane.
The other two guys,
fire out of that select stuff.
That was in Kentucky something, right?
I think so.
I saw those guys.
Yeah, like loot box or
might be
loot box.
Yeah, they're breakers, right? But
yeah,
I was sitting at the chair in front of that break going on. I was just relaxing at the end of the show, sitting back, and it was going on behind me. Like actually, in my videos, one of my little snippets was like, "You guys might see Jeff Wilson behind me," and that was it. But I didn't pay attention to what they had going on. I was just too.
Dallas question for you two, or for you guys that were there, because I didn't really hear you guys specifically talk about this. Did you do like trade nights in the lobby or anything at all, or were you guys too old and in bed already for that?
So Steve, I think you did, Steve. I was too old and in bed. I was that guy. So that's why. So that was just real quick. I mean, that was kind of the problem of like the vibe of the show is I feel like you had the daytime like show hours, but then you had people buying, selling, trading till 3 a.m. So it's like there might have been a whole like another show going on that like I wasn't privy to or whatever because I just wasn't there. So that's why I was like, like I'll tell you what I saw, but I mean there might have been a lot more stuff that I missed. I don't know like for you, Steve. I don't know if it was different.
I did some lobby trading and looking, but not much at night. To me, it was just kind of like I did a lot of trading and negotiating or attempted dealing inside. So probably for every successful deal that I pulled off, I probably had 3 or 4 that were failed. It wasn't like you guys, everybody always meets. Hey, yes, I want that perfect at that price. Yes, I want that perfect at that price. Hey, let's trade. Woo, film it, put it on a vlog. No, it doesn't work like that. They cut that part out. There's failed deals go through because, especially with me, I'm not going to move. I'm confident in what my stuff is worth. I know what I have.
I love hanging out with Steve. That was fun.
And I'm not going to come off a lot of the value of my cards. Like I said, I had a Lewandowski sticker. I wanted $1,100 for it. Recent comps for a PSA 8 were around 14. Mine was a BGS 8.5, so I wanted $1,100. I wanted $1,100 cash. The guy really wanted it. Lewandowski had broken the Bundesliga scoring record. I knew that he wanted it, but he only wanted to give me $900 for it. I said, I can't do 9. I want 11. He's like, sometimes I get not arrogant, or I don't want to sound ignorant, but he basically said to me, 900 is my deal. If you change your mind, come back. And I said to him, I said, I'll come back and ask you if you've changed your mind. So the next day I went back. I said, look, I said, you were at 9. I was at 11. If you want it, we can do 1,000. We can do 1,000. He really wanted it. He was showing it to his friends. I knew that he wanted it. He still was like, I can't do any higher than 9. I was like, are you sure? I said, because I have no problem leaving with this, and you won't see another one come by your table. So deal fell through again 2 days in a row. Sunday morning, I had to catch my plane, but I was like, shit, I'm getting in 45 minutes of show. Hopefully I don't miss my plane. So I went down to the show. I found a soccer dealer. This guy wasn't strictly soccer. I found a soccer dealer that knew what I had, told them my price, and they didn't even hesitate. And I actually told them $1,400, and that's what I got. So by holding out on the one guy who was trying to lowball me, I ended up getting more than I was asking for, because the seller that was buying it off of me, I knew what I had and they knew what they were getting, as opposed to someone who may have kind of knew who Robert Lewandowski was and that sticker might be rare. The guy that bought it off me knew that he probably wasn't going to see one of those coming up anytime soon. Mm-hmm. And if he was going to get one off eBay, it was probably going to be from PWCC for Lord knows how much. So we made a deal. I was happy. I knew what I was into. I was into that card for like $250. I sold it for 14 at the show, and I actually left the show with more cash than I went with, and a bunch of cards that I liked. So to me, Dallas was a big success. So I'm trying to use the same strategy going into. I know the market's going to be different, but I learned a lot in Dallas as far as negotiating and the kind of items that I need to negotiate with, and that's educated me. Even going into Philly and now going to the National.
Yeah, I want to see where the basketball market is. I think we kind of touched on that earlier at the National, kind of where pricing is. That'll be really interesting because, like you said, I mean, it should be football. It's like running up on football season. There should be a lot of excitement there. And what's it going to mean for basketball? Where's that going to all be? I think that'll be interesting.
I think a lot of people are going to be looking for LeBron Chromes. I think LeBron could be like LeBron, Jordan, maybe KD. Like, people are going to be wanting to buy the dip on that. And the question is are vendors going to be willing to move that stuff at current comps? Or are they going to be stuck on the older comps like we've all run into at local shows and stuff?
They were stuck on Jordan comps in Dallas.
So, like, if that's the case, that's kind of what I was getting back to earlier, whereas, like, everyone's looking to move football. Like, is there this dearth of basketball because people don't want to move it at the low comps? Mm-hmm. They're just not selling. They're just either not putting it in the case because they don't want to move whatever at current comps, or are they just pricing it above, knowing that, okay, if someone really wants this, they're going to pay this high comp for it, and then I'll move it at that price. Otherwise, I'm just not selling this stuff.
From basketball standpoint, what I've learned, and I talked about this in the videos from Dallas and Philly, was that LeBron, Jordan, and Zion, nobody wants to move off of them right now. They think that all those cards are down. Kobe, on the other hand, people are willing to part with their Kobe's, even in a down market. I believe they think that a lot of the stuff was way too high, especially jersey patch autos and stuff. They were for sale and they were out. And I believe, the whole mystique of the sudden passing, and there's not going to be any more Kobe autos out there because he's not around to auto anything anymore and things like that. I think people started realizing there's already a ton of autographed Kobe product out there, whether it's low end, high end, or mid-level, graded, raw, you name it. It's out there. There's more of it out there than the buyers that can afford it. So,
yeah, of all the high dollar, like GOAT autos, Kobe would be the one that makes me the most nervous. Like, between like MJ, LeBron, or Tom Brady or whatever, there is a lot of Kobe autos out in the world. There just are.
Yeah. He's in like every product of everything,
Because there's just not a lot of LeBron autos because he hasn't signed anything in a decade and a half.
All right, so Trigger Finger says chat needs some love. We need a Lando Calrissian question tonight. Have I missed that tonight?
Trigger's been throwing those.
We need the Lando Calrissian. And then I wanted to address this real quick. TJB, if he feels the amount of money for flights, a hotel, he could buy an insane card for that money at a local show or on eBay. That is fair. That's a fair assessment. Yeah. You probably could.
I think if you, well, and kind of what we talked about, I think the like getting together and hanging out with people has got to be a big draw to go, and not just buying and selling cards.
Yeah, it's more the experience.
Yeah, it's the experience. I've never been to a national. You know, it's the largest card show. A lot of my hobby friends are going to be there. And then, like, I might buy some cards. I might not. You know, it just depends.
And hey, that's a perfect segue. There's a giveaway going on right now for this reason exactly. We're giving away a trip to the National for 2 nights, Friday and Saturday, the 2 biggest nights. All right. The Hyatt Rosemont, king size bed, already been booked, paid for. VIP pass booked, paid for. Some extra money going into travel expenses. Contributions from the community. It's there. If you haven't been paying attention to my live, I've been popping up on live drives every day just to get, because I don't want people to miss this opportunity. And hey, get yourself entered.
Yeah, like
the National is a great way to, unless you bring her with you. Unless you bring her with you.
It's actually the opposite. It's like date weekend for us.
Yeah, I'm bringing, my wife's coming too.
Yeah, I'm like,
she
man,
heard there was an outlet mall attached to the hotel.
Like last time,
she's like, that's fine.
Me, Dustin, and Brian, we would go down and watch the game and have a drink. Like, what am I going to do that with now? I'm like, everybody's bringing somebody with them.
Yeah, it'll be like the wives are back at the hotel and we're at the restaurant watching games or whatever. It'd be funny.
And Dakota will be waiting for all of our post notifications.
Oh yeah, I'll be dying to see those videos. I'll reach out to you. Hey, you want to come on the channel and talk about National?
It's 4 minutes of us just eating chips and salsa and talking about nothing.
We did try to do a live stream after the first Thursday night in your room, sitting on the couch, and we were like squished in, and I was leaned way back on the couch like this, and Brad's face was like,
oh yeah, we didn't know that Brad was like 6'11".
He was like extreme close up the whole time, and Dustin was like this, like ducked under his arm, and I was way back on the couch like this, like holy crap. People are like, who's the dude in the back?
Yeah. Somebody said you look like you were like a guy off Goodfellas or something.
Yeah, they said I look like a guy off Goodfellas. But
I'm hoping there's like some good common spaces in the hotel lobbies or even the convention center that we could set up to record at, not to all have to cram in a small hotel room.
Actually, I saw Hannah filming Sunday morning, I believe it was, the last day I went to the show. I saw her actually filming, I believe, her summary of the show. She was filming in the hotel lobby. She had found a chair and there was a little table. She had her camera set up, and I was walking into the show to try to pull some last minute.
You pushed her camera down as a prank and ran away?
No, because I had seen her earlier at a table, I think inside the show, and she was talking some deals for some F1 cards, and I believe the deal either didn't go through or she was coming back or something like that. And I would happen to, just by coincidence, I happened to be looking at some soccer cards at the same table, but she didn't recognize. I recognized her. She didn't recognize me because she may not watch my channel, but I recognize her. And the dude that she hangs with a lot, that she calls Card Lord, I was doing some soccer business with him the very first day of the show because he was there with Brandon Chung, and I called him Card Lord, and he was like, I hate that name. She calls me that and I hate it. But I was like, and then I was supposed to go to the soccer card trade night where I would have met all them, directly in person, Sunday League investors. I think Troy and everybody was there specifically for a soccer card trade night I was invited to by Brandon Chung. And then I was like, man, just send me an Instagram. Which hotel is it going to be in? Man, I never got that Instagram message.
They saw you
already, and I messaged him multiple
They saw
times.
you negotiating, and they're like, "Nah, we don't want Steve there." Actually,
I was like, man, like, where's my Instagram? I was like, he was just trying to get me out of here, but I don't know.
You guys are both coming in on Thursday, right?
Yeah, I think we get there at like noon on Thursday. Our flight's at 6 a.m. I'm like, dang, and they're actually kind of expensive.
I'm driving. Ryan's a card collector too is supposed to be having. There's no details yet, but he's supposedly having a massive trade night off-site on Thursday. Like I think last time he got a few thousand people at it, so
wow,
that'll probably be the big Thursday night event.
But all right, we're coming up on 15 minutes to 2 hours. You guys have hung out for the entirety. I didn't know if you wanted to, but it's never a problem if you did want to. A lot of people are talking about. Oh, I see an F1 comment. I'm not down with the F1. I think it's like a. I mean, there could be a short. I think there might be short-term opportunity because I think just people are like looking for what's the next hot thing. For me, I feel like if basketball and stuff is not hot, you don't need to be looking for the next hot thing, in my opinion, because I believe it was spilling over into everything. Because once one thing becomes expensive, you go to the next, and the next, and the next, and then it's Marvel, then it's G.I. Joe, then it's this, that, and the other. I just feel like the F1
there's also
stuff.
A lot of vintage
trendy.
has come down quite a bit too. A lot of the vintage stuff got the prices went way up on that.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden, I'm not saying it's like inexpensive, but you're starting to see it also, some of that stuff come down too. So I was thinking about that at the National. If there's a big push on modern, ultra modern, checking out the vintage stuff and just seeing if there's any opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, I've talked about this, but I've narrowed my list down to I want LeBron, I want Mahomes, I want KD. Like, I'm looking at guys like, if the prices are going to drop, that's where I'm going to put my money. If this stuff suddenly, oh, hey, look, I can't afford this type of stuff. That's where I'm going to throw my money if the market's going to dip.
Steve's going to put all of it into Danny Dimes.
I got a pack of flip-flops here. Now, actually, this is a card from MySlabs. This is one card. One. Well protected. MySlabs shipping, second to none. But anyway, I'll open this. Are we at 100 likes?
You're at
This is actually
97.
a pretty decently big card. Some of you guys made it. You guys have seen this, I think, in Instagram.
Let me
97 likes.
Yeah, let me
Pretty
unclick
short.
the dislike and put that as a like.
Do I not have 100 likes?
You're at 97.
97. Come on, guys. 97. I'll show you my new shower shoes.
9 dislikes. Maybe you could get to 100 likes.
9
and
dislikes. I think that's the most dislikes I've ever had. Which one of you guys is responsible for that?
It's probably mine. It's probably me.
Probably a combination of me and Dustin. Hey, Dustin, while I have you, what video are we releasing tomorrow?
Oh yeah, I know. We've been on like a nice little trend line. Like people have charts and graphs at how we have the same exact video coming out every day. Yeah. Hey, we're the news people.
So I panicked. I panicked about this because I never got tracking info from MySlabs. And the day that I bought the Pulisic on MySlabs, the same day, I instantly got tracking info. I didn't get tracking info. So actually today I had emailed the seller and was like, hey, I bought a pretty hefty card off you, and I'm feeling nervous that I haven't gotten tracking info. And today's the 21st, and I bought it on the 17th. Then I went to PayPal, and the tracking info was actually there. They just didn't link it into – because see, what you can do is once you get the tracking info, you go back to MySlabs, and you publish it to the buyer. And then it gives them a notification from MySlabs saying, here's the tracking. So PayPal had the tracking, but they didn't enter it to the seller didn't enter it to MySlabs. So I was a little bit worried. Then I saw that it had arrived. I was at work, still 4 hours from getting off of work, and it was like delivered and signed for by me. I'm like, the hell it was, because I wasn't even home to sign for a package today. So I was like panicked. I was like, I got this card sitting on my porch probably, and had to call my daughter and be like, hey, if you're at work, I need you to leave work and go to the house.
I need you to quit your job
and make sure that this card is there.
CNT
That's a
says
nice box. I'll be able to reuse that.
CNT says it's going to be a shower worn merino flip flops. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm hoping for.
What are you hoping for?
Shower worn merino flip flops.
Oh,
signed auto.
Yeah, auto.
I was joking today about how fast I was driving.
There's
home
the back
to
of it.
Record the eBay news video.
the back says Auto 10.
You got
Cleveland
that one
Browns.
fast.
Browns. Well, it
It's
can't
National
be a good card.
National Treasures Baker.
This is a Baker
flawless
flawless.
Flawless. Nice.
BGS 9.5.
Numbered out of 15. Ruby flawless dual patch auto on card.
What
What am I trading you for that in a month?
With a 10 auto.
What are the subs?
The subs are actually,
Is there a 9?
there's a 9.5, a 9.5, a 9, and a 10. So it still balances out, I guess, to be a true gem.
What that set you back, if you don't mind me asking.
This, 2K.
See, now I know the negotiating point when he tries to rip me
2K.
off in a month.
Yeah.
I've seen like there's not many eBay comps. Similar comps are on other cards like this are way higher.
So
And
I have
there's
a
some-
Vlad purple refractor. I have a numbered Trey Young. What else do I got laying around?
And I think there's a buy it now, like I've been buy it now of one of these that's not numbered out of 15, but it's similar. That's of the same of a flawless that's numbered out of 99, but it's the same card. This is the Ruby Parallel, but I think it's listed on there for like almost 8,000 or 7,500 or something. Now I know that's a buy it now. I get that, but sometimes you got to find a base point to go off of. So if somebody's looking at, okay, that's a buy it now for 75, they won't get that, but they might get 5. I got a negotiating point. I know that I'm in it too, and this is on MySlabs, so they're not going to be able to go to eBay and see what I paid for this.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I mean, speaking of big purchases, how's that Booker doing? How's that Devin Booker doing? That courtside? What's the move on that right now?
So that one's kind of weird. Yeah, no, I looked at some comps today, and it's kind of all over the place because on the pop report, I think there's 28 9s and there's like 30 10s. So you've got pricing that's like there's a 10 that sold for $2,800, but then there's a 10 that sold in Dallas for 6,000. It doesn't really add up, whereas like the Prism base, that's like consistently moved up because you just have more of them out there. You've got, it's more of a liquid card, I guess.
Yep.
So yeah, that one's funky. I'm just going to hang on to it. I like Booker. So I was thinking about using it for like, I mean, look, if the Suns win the championship and the card is like 10 grand or something, then I probably move it just so I can have some cash for the national or something. But otherwise, if it doesn't like go nuts, then I'll probably just hold on to it.
Yeah, I think he should. I mean, he's the guy. He's the one everyone's talking about. And as long as the Suns don't completely choke, I think coming out of this playoffs, him and Giannis are going to be the ones who did the best from a hobby, from a fan perspective, and accepting them as the next kind of level of superstars. I think he did great with it. I think it was a good pickup.
Thanks. Yeah, no, that was one where I'd never even seen that card before. And it was one, that's the thing that's going to be the hard part of the national is there will be a lot of cards there that are completely off the radar that you just never see. They're not on eBay. And then you're like, damn it. Like I didn't prepare for this. And how do I get it? And that's kind of what happened with that card. So yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. This goes back to us kind of negotiating cards that are a little bit off the beaten path. I really find that I'm really enjoying that a lot more. And I just feel like my gut has put me in more right than wrong decisions there. And I think your gut won out on that. I mean, that was a good one. So yeah, it was good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, like this Baker, I'll probably, if I can't really sell it, I'll probably try to, if I can't sell it for what I want to sell it for, I'll probably try to move it into a higher end Zion, because then I think that will have hype going into basketball season.
At the National, you mean, Steve?
Yeah, at the National. And like Charles says, 2021 Browns record 8-9, which I think Neo is going to disagree or wants to disagree with that. But that's fine with me because I don't plan on holding this into the season. So they can go 8-9. It's going to affect who's ever holding this card at that time. If they go 8-9, that won't be me. This is a play to move before the season starts. And into something else that I think will catch a wave after the football season wave slows down.
The Baker hype is going to be real. I think this is going to be Baker's best year as a professional. I don't mean up to this date. I mean, when his career is done, this will have been the best year in his career. Browns are probably going to win 12 games. They're going to look phenomenal, and they'll probably lose in the second round of the playoffs.
Preach. Well, except for the second round of the playoffs.
And that's a card too, where like Baker's so early in his career. I mean, yeah, granted, like he could completely fall apart and be out of the league in a few years, but I mean, the way he's tracking, it's like he's probably going to be relevant 3, 4, 5, possibly 10 years down the road. So if you've got that card, even if he had a terrible season next year, he'd probably come back and have a good year the next or whatever. Like
he's got a ton of popularity around him. Sometimes. Yeah. Somebody can be a great quarterback.
Browns fans are serious business, man. They love Baker.
And just like all the TV exposure that he gets. And, he has that stuff, which is great because you can be a great player. And if you're boring or people don't care about you, you go unnoticed no matter how good of a player you are. So he already has that. I mean, it does give him added pressure to perform. But, again,
he was fantastic the second half of last season. The first half of last season, he was meh. But the second half of last season, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
They have unarguably the best offensive line in football. They have a phenomenal defense. They really did great in the offseason, shoring up their secondary. And they have phenomenal, A-plus weapons around him. Austin Hooper, Njoku, Landry, Beckham, Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb. It's crazy. I mean, that team is insane.
I wish running backs held value. I would have so much Nick Chubb stuff. I freaking love that dude.
Yeah. Michael Ham, I got a Brady for you. If we meet up at the show, bring your stuff. I got that Brady, the white mosaic. If you lay your eyes on it in person, it'll be irresistible. You won't be able to walk away from it.
It's like Medusa.
No justice. No justice. Ziggy says the Browns are the Browns. Is that not last year? They pushed KC to the limit in the what? It wasn't the game before the title game. But anyway, they had a scare. I know little Chad Henne action in there.
Chad Henne.
Chad Henne, he had to come in for Mahomes in that game.
Yeah.
Against the Browns. So it was funny.
I forgot he was in the league.
Yeah, 2 years in a row.
Whoa.
2 years in a row, it was an ex-Miami Dolphin backup. The year before, it was Matt Moore. And then last year, it was Chad Henne. And I was like, these guys were ex-Dolphins starters. Were crap.
And your chat hates comic books, Steve. What did you do to these people?
What's that?
I said, your chat hates comic books. What have you done to these people?
I don't know. Do they? Adventures in Troy again, guys. Okay, guys, we're winding down to 5 minutes left. This is your last chance to get into the raffle. The raffle is going to be 3 prizes tonight. If you're in for $3, if you're in for $5, you're getting a sticker regardless. So that pretty much, getting a sticker. But if you're in for $3, you're still entered for the Mosaic Blaster, the Foden and the Pedri soccer cards, and the basketball cards. Now, if you're not a soccer fan, I'll substitute that out to whoever wins. If you say, hey, I want nothing to do with soccer, even though these are moving good as raw cards right now. This one I intended on getting graded. This and a 9 is like 150, and then like a 10 is like 400. So,
Steve, what's your take on Tua being a Dolphins fan? I feel like you have the inside scoop on your team, but like so many people are like Tua or Herbert or whatever. Like, what's your thought on Tua going into the season?
I think that if you're looking for big statistics out of him, that's not what you're going to get. They're going to win some games. They're going to be competitive. I'll be honest, they were the most boring offense for me to watch last year. Even though Miami was 10-6, the offense was really boring. Didn't throw the ball down the field. Made some, brought in some pieces. Will Fuller will stretch the field, but you know who Will Fuller is. He'll probably be hurt half the season. And we drafted a wide receiver, but I don't think it's going to click immediately. The offensive line's still coming together. I think they'll be pretty good. But if you're looking for huge Justin Herbert type stats out of Tua, you're not going to get that, but you might get more wins. Honestly, in the NFL, wins are more important than stats. In the NBA, your stats can carry your card value by themselves, but if you're not in the playoffs in the NFL, nobody wants your cards normally.
Well, and in the NFL, it's with it being a passing league, it's like everybody's got stats. Like even the QBs on the bad teams, they're throwing for yards. Like, everyone's got.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo stuff was hot, and he's a game manager. His stuff was hot because San Francisco was going to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs 2 years ago. So, it's in the NFL, it's even more so of being on a winning team than it is being a fantasy monster.
I don't know how you could say Miami's offense wasn't fun to watch. I mean, having a relief quarterback come in the fourth quarter every game, I mean, that's pretty different. That keeps you on the edge of your seat, I think.
Yeah. He's starting in Washington this year, right?
Yeah, he's the Washington football team. That's a real team. That team will win the NFC East, and I don't think it's going to be close. That's another 11+ win team right there. That Washington football team is a real football team. Miami's a real football team too, by the way, but they got the Bills, unfortunately, in their division.
The Bills were a one-hit wonder.
Ooh.
Josh Allen had his career season.
Bills Mafia just entered the chat.
Shots. Yeah, Bills Mafia just kind of straight.
I have friends that I work with. They're actually on vacation right now in upstate New York where they're from. And a couple guys that I work with. And they have, since they've been gone, they must be bored. Like you go away and I get they're visiting family and they must be bored like sitting at their mom's house because all they do is text me all day is Josh Allen pictures and Tua Tagovailoa threw 5 interceptions at minicamp and they just texting me all kinds of stuff. So today I just hit him with I just took a picture of the scoreboard of the Kansas City Bills AFC East game, and I just sent it to them. I said, way to represent the AFC East, you losers. And I didn't get any more texts back from them the rest of the day. So,
Oh man.
but it was all in good fun. It's not that, for me being somebody that likes to buy and sell cards, I really don't want to see many players flop at all, because whether I'm invested in them or not, anything gaining value is good for the market. When you're big time players and exciting players, can hurt the market as a whole, because it can hurt television ratings. It can hurt everything. If, God forbid, something like Patrick Mahomes or Brady went down this year, that would hurt NFL ratings, I believe. Write down names.
I mean, the Shield wins. It doesn't really matter. The NFL gets ratings kind of one way or the other, as long as it's not an election year. But
yeah,
because
they were down last year.
Would hurt. But the NFL is also smart enough. They flex games at the end of the year, so they don't put. They're willing to put big games in the primetime moments, even if they weren't scheduled there early. So
yeah, and there was one thing that I was talking about at the end of Ziggy's open mic night last night. I didn't really get to talk about it that much because he was closing out, but we saw that we've seen basketball cards really dive, and we've seen football cards maybe go down a little. We've seen them go up, we've seen them go down, but they're kind of in a stable pattern right now. And I think a lot of that coincides with we're just tired of basketball, because we had no real off season. The season ended a month later, a season started. And it feels like we've had back-to-back basketball seasons and we've had nothing in between. And everybody is waiting for the NFL because we love the NFL, and we've had to go the entire year without it, as opposed to having to go the entire year. If you love the NBA and then it's taken away from you. I mean, look at how it worked when it was taken away from us for COVID.
Yeah.
Now we're being overexposed to it. And anytime you're overexposed to something of it, you just get tired of it. It's just the way that it is. I mean, people need breaks from their wives every now and then, you know what I mean? So it's like, I just feel that that's a big factor in the basketball market going down, because when you look at soccer's holding strong, you look at, baseball was strong, at least coming in, even when basketball was going down. Football is holding steady, hasn't started to see big rises yet, but it's holding steady. The only sport that's really, really crumbling is basketball. And I think it has a lot to do with people are just tired of it. And we can't wait for something that's going to feel fresh, something new, different players to talk about, different players to watch. And I believe that, it's going to help the football market. Not saying it's going to be like it was last year. Nothing will probably ever get back to where it was last year. But I think that people need a break from basketball, me included.
It's going to be fun to go to NFL football games again. I'm excited for that.
I do think everyone needs a break from basketball, but I am worried about, I know Brad's talked about this a lot, not to bring him up, but
thanks a lot. Yeah.
I know, I ruin everyone's night, but I do wonder, and kind of like what I mentioned with the National, I wonder if there's going to be an inventory flood come August and there's not enough buyers, because everyone and their brother has been saying, oh yeah, wait till July and August to sell all your football. And are the buyers going to be there to buy it?
I think
that's the key question.
I think that's a real thing. Yeah, that's a valid concern.
Well, and this kind of coincides with this. Brian S. says UFC is the hottest new sport. Panini is planning a big release at the National. But is UFC hot right now? Because, like I said, basketball's boring. What is going on right now that might be exciting because it's different? UFC is different. F1, it's different. I couldn't name until I looked up. I Googled top 10 F1 drivers because and Lewis Hamilton's name popped up, and I was like, I never heard of this guy in my life. And I would like to consider myself somebody who knows a decent amount about sports. To me, if I have to look up who the number one driver is in F1,
then you shouldn't be doing anything.
Then yes, and I can't go towards that product, and I can't imagine how many people it's reaching to. You know what I mean? Like, Yeah, it may be big in Europe. Yeah, the celebrities like Serena Williams might fly over there and watch a race. But is Serena Williams buying F1 cards? I doubt it. So that's just kind of my take on it. And, I could be completely wrong and I might be missing an opportunity. That's fine too, because you can't buy everything. And I hope that the people who are going in on the F1, I hope they do well, because this is not me sitting saying I having a I told you so moment or anything like that. Like, a lot of times when I speak negatively about something, a lot of times I hope that I'm wrong. To me, though, when I am deciding on whether or not I want to dabble in F1, I don't know who their number one driver is. I don't know where their biggest market is. And, is it just a trend right now because everything else is stale?
I think it's just as simple as people looking to get on the ground floor, whatever the next flip is.
Yeah, I think people, they see these trends that we've seen over the last 2 years, and they go, to Neo's point, they're just going sport to sport. I had someone in a video comment a couple of days ago, like, someone asked about Mosaic versus Prism. I said, you want Prism. And then someone said, why would you not get Mosaic? It's the first year Mosaic. First year of everything does well. And I'm like, that's not actually true. The first year Prism, Select, and Optic have done well, but no one buys first year Tops. What's the first year of Tops in basketball? Most people don't know that. So I don't know. A lot of people short-sighted looking at trends over the last 2 years and think that's just going to be evergreen, eternity. That's just going to keep happening.
Yeah, same with like the first LeBron Lakers card or whatever, when those things were going for $500, $600, $700 last year. Like, that other than, the first set thing, I think is really overblown, other than maybe first Prism. But you got to remember, the other thing that's unique about first Prism is it's a double rookie set, because it was the lockout year.
Mm-hmm.
So the first Prism set has the fact that it's first Prism, and it's also absolutely loaded, because it has 2 rookie classes in it.
And print runs. You look at print runs of first Prism versus print runs of first Mosaic. Yeah, okay. Tell me it's the same product, Stop it.
I think most of us have talked, I know Dakota has, and I think Steve has too, like the hate on base, like talking to that point, like pre-2017, the hate's gone too far on the base card stuff. It really has.
And again, not beating the F1 to death, but what Brian says, most U.S. sports fans don't collect cards. It's still considered nerdy here. I don't know about that. I mean, look how big the market is right now, and big names buying cards, and fractional share companies and people on social media and stuff. So I mean, I'm going to say that right now is the biggest, most popular time cards have ever been. I don't necessarily think it's almost becoming to be a cool thing more so than it is a nerdy thing.
Yeah.
And the big money in the worldwide sports like F1 and UFC, these are household names in larger pop countries. I'm going to slightly disagree again too, because you can make the argument for soccer. Soccer wasn't popular till about a year ago, if so, and now all of a sudden soccer is kind of popular. But if you look at the soccer players, Christian Pulisic draws top dollar, and he's nowhere near a top 15, 20 player in the league. Why does he draw top dollar? Because he's from the United States. So, that argument as far as being overseas and the big money is over there buying the F1 and the UFC, and people in the US don't collect cards. I mean, there's all of us are from the US, and we're all talking about cards, and we're all spending 2 hours on a live stream discussing it. So I don't understand how US sports fans don't collect cards. Maybe not everyone does, but I would still say the biggest percentage of your sports card collectors are in the United States. Logan Paul.
Yeah, I mean, it's becoming a lot more, popular in popular culture, with Logan Paul and all this stuff. And, 15 years ago, I didn't tell anyone I collected cards. I just did it on my own. And now, I got people reaching out every day. Hey, you do cards, right? I don't know. It's a lot more talked about socially now. And there's article after article about it being like so much money now. That's probably why.
Yeah, I mean, like Pac-Man Cards has like 120,000 subscribers on YouTube. Like, not that that's like a ton of people when you're talking worldwide, but like it's a massive YouTube channel that's just sports cards. Like,
yeah,
I think he's the biggest in regards to sub count. So like that gives you an idea. And that's the fraction. That's the other thing too, is like if you're just looking at that, there's a large percentage of people that are in the hobby, if you will, that don't even watch like content and stuff like that. So like it's so big.
I think there's a lot of people too that have wanted to get in over the last 12 months, but because of pricing moving up and because of hobby boxes being, triple, quadruple, whatever what they used to be, there hasn't really been like an easy entry point yet for some people. So I do think that while there's been a lot of people coming in and coming back, I think there's also people that are on the sidelines until maybe there's lower prices or whatever. And now there's becoming more opportunity, to do that.
This would be a great time to get in now because you can get in on the low compared to the last year or so.
What are your guys' thoughts on UFC, since there's a lot of people talking about it? We talked about the F1 a little bit. We'll touch on the UFC, then I'll wrap it up with the giveaways because we've gone really long.
I don't touch UFC. I just think it's too. One, I don't watch it, and I'm not gonna put money into something that I'm not educated on. And two, I think it's the way I understand it is that the values could change on a dime because someone that's undefeated loses and then all of a sudden their card values tank. And the way that I understand it is pretty much anyone could lose at any time, really, given the nature of the sport.
I'd like to pick up a few guys. I'd like to pick up a Chuck Liddell, a McGregor, a Lesnar, and maybe a GSP or something. But I'd like to pick up a couple, but that's kind of it for me. I don't know about flipping them.
I have a UFC card here, but only one.
I think if you put money on
friend of mine
Connor
brought to me. Yeah, a friend of mine brought this to me to get graded, but then we're like, actually end up buying the stuff off of him. And I still have it in here, but I'm looking for, like, when I approach like a new sport that's getting hot, I go back and I like to I'm buying the older stuff. I did the same thing with soccer when everybody was like 2014 Prism World Cup, buy. 2018 Mbappe's, which were a good buy, but buy. That's when I bought my Lewandowski sticker for $200 that I sold for 250 that I sold for $1,400. That's when I bought my Stanley Matthews 1934 soccer rookie. That's when I bought my Roberto Baggio stickers, my Zidane sticker. I mean, crazy stuff that's super expensive now, but it took a while for it to gain steam because everybody was buying the new soccer product up and ignoring old 1980s, 1970s. I have a 1971 Johan Cruyff, so it's like I was buying this stuff for fraction of the cost of what these Ronaldo and Messi prisms and stuff were selling for. So I approached UFC like that, and I'm just buying older guys. Like I want some Hoist Gracie stuff. I just was bidding on a Ronda Rousey card. I didn't get to bid because I got sidetracked with the live stream, and I'm a little salty that I missed it, but it was an on-card auto rookie of Ronda Rousey because she crosses multiple markets. She's just mainstream. She's in wrestling. I'll buy Brock Lesnar stuff. He crosses multiple platforms. He's been on ESPN in big interviews. Everybody knows who he is. I mean, this is a Connor card, needs to be graded, but this is a jersey relic numbered out of 15, auto relic numbered out of 15. I mean, so I don't know what the actual relic is. I hope that's not his tights in there. That's almost as bad as my Michael Jackson card. But
what else can it be? Nipple covers? I mean,
but look, I tell you what, and I don't know if it'll sell, but the where's it at? The Michael Jackson card that I bought. Okay, you guys saw this?
Yeah.
I bought this raw, of course, you see, but I mean, I paid $200 for it, and there was never any comps on eBay or anything. Today, I saw a listing go up for this card in a PSA 8 listed for $9,500. Now, again, that's just a crazy listing. But if there's a crazy listing for like $9,500 and I get a slab thrown on that, I can pretty much put a price on it and see if somebody bites on it. It's only I'm $200 in. I pay to get it graded. Even if mine comes back an 8 and I see a $9,500 listing and I list mine at like $2,000, somebody's going to be like, oh, that must be a deal because look at that, what that one's listed at. Or even if I put it at auction, people will be like, look at that, buy it now. Let's run this auction up. So I feel like buying crazy stuff like that sometimes.
Yeah, that's one. Just send SGC $35, get it back in a week and post it, man.
Joe, I had a Maradona rookie sticker. I sold it. I sold his 1979, I believe. Was it Panini sticker? I had it graded in a 5.
Oh, no, he said Madonna, not Maradona.
Oh, Madonna. Oh, I thought I said Maradona. Oh, my bad. We were talking about old soccer stuff.
That was awesome. I think I got to jump, Steve. It's getting
all right, man. Yeah,
time.
I know it's been a long time. You'd be surprised, DJP, what people will pay for something that they see that they never see. People once told me that nobody would pay $5K for a Tony Hawk card.
It's true.
That day is come and gone. People pay that now for a high-grade Tony Hawk card.
All right, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks for having me.
All right, Dustin, thanks.
All right,
I'm going to sneak out with Dustin, too.
Yeah, and I'm going to wrap it up with my giveaways, guys. If you've hung out this long, the guys in the chat, we're going to go ahead and let Neo go. Thanks for being here.
I'm going to get going too.
Dakota's going to get going. I'm going to get going as soon as we do the giveaways.
All right, thanks.
See you, boys. Peace.
All right, man. Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, chat.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and do the giveaways. Say bye-bye to everybody. If you were entered in to the giveaway for the Mosaic raffle, well, it's a raffle. There's also a stack of select basketball rookies in here. And there is the soccer, the Phil Foden and the Pedri rookies. Don Russ, silver press proof, rated rookie, and a Pedri tops now. There'll be 3 prizes given out if you were entered in the raffle earlier. And even if you do not win the raffle, if you were $5 or $4.99 super chat or higher, send me your address on Instagram, and I'll be sending some stickers out to you guys. So let's go ahead and find my box of entries. Get this underway. It's over here. Just put my cards back in. Remember, guys, we are giving away a trip to the National, as you've been hearing. If you want to get in last second, JP, just do either $3 for the super chat, get you entered for the raffle. If you do a $4.99 super chat, you get entered in the raffle, and you are guaranteed. If you don't win the raffle, you're still guaranteed to get a sticker sent to you. If you happen to want a Flipping Steve sticker, you might not. Doesn't matter. I'll wait really quickly because all of the proceeds from this video, from this live stream, last live stream, as well as contributions from Dustin, Dakota, and Neo, who you saw tonight. Those guys did monetary contributions towards the national giveaway. I've already paid for a hotel for 2 nights, Friday and Saturday. And I know this is redundant to some of you, but if you haven't heard, 2 nights at the Hyatt Rosemont in Chicago, Friday and Saturday night. VIP pass for 5 days. So you get the goodie bag, 12 tickets to stand in line for autographs, early entry to the show, get to hang out with us if you want to. And then there's those guys just contributed some extra money, and everything that my live streams generate from here until the national goes into the giveaway, whether it's for transportation, plane ticket, maybe some extra spending money so you can buy yourself a card or 2 while you're out there. But that's how you get yourself entered. Hit me up on Instagram first. Let me know it's something that you're interested in doing. Then we'll get you entered by asking questions on the live stream. So you got to show up. They're going to get JP entered here. He'll be my final go for the raffle. So first name gets first choice. You have to be here and try to respond within a reasonable amount of time. If you left, I'm sorry. I told you to be back. I'm going to shake the names up. First name is Cards and Comics. Cards and Comics. If you're still here, Cards and Comics, put in the chat below what you would like. The Mosaic Blaster, the soccer rookies, which these soccer rookies are probably about $40 a piece. So you're looking at $80 in raw card value. Submitted, graded out well. These are actually nice cards. Or the basketball rookie card lot, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 various select rookies of Cam Johnson, Darius Baisley, Darius Garland, Tyler Hero, DeAndre Hunter, Roy Hachimura. All grade worthy. All my raw cards are in good condition. So 6 rookies to get you started on your NBA collection. So an easy $30 to $40 worth of value in that. So waiting for Cards and Comics. Oh, is there a Lando question? Did I miss the Lando question, Trigger Finger? Oh, here we go. Okay. If you're running from a tribe of savage card collectors at the National who mistakenly accused you of selling fake 86 Fleer Jordan rookies at the show and you needed a person to fly you out of downtown Chicago in a one-engine plane during the eclipse at night, which one of these people would you choose as your pilot and why? Roy Halladay, Lando Calrissian, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? I mean, it would be easy to say Lando, right? Because he has the escape pilot experience. Flying for the Rebel Alliance and such. He could fly the Millennium Falcon. Roy Halladay is not a very good choice. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was in the movie Airplane, but he wasn't quite the pilot. Did he get sick because he ate the fish? Didn't everybody who ate the fish get sick? Anyway, I'm not seeing Cards and Comics, guys. I'm not seeing Cards and Comics. I'm not seeing him. I got to give him a little bit of time, guys. I know you guys are saying he's not here, but next name is going to be S. Fleming. S. Fleming. S. Fleming. So S. Fleming is the second name drawn. S. Fleming, are you still around? It's getting tough to do when people don't stick around, but it gives other people extra chance. S. Fleming, you want the soccer stuff? All right, so you're passing on the Mosaic Blaster and going for the soccer cards. I'm sure there's lots of people in the chat who are glad about that, but you know that these soccer cards are good because you're a soccer person. These are 2 legit young players whose raw cards are selling well. All right. Second name. Second name is Trigger Finger. Trigger Finger's won. How did Trigger Finger win? So Trigger Finger, you won. I don't think you've ever won. And you come to the live stream every time. So Trigger Finger, there is the Mosaic box left and the basketball rookies left. So, Trigger Finger, are you still here? Did you leave? So, S. Fleming, I may have your info already, but I'm not sure. May have chatted before. Just double hit up on Instagram with your information. I'll try to get these mailed out as soon as I can. In the morning, probably. Where is Trigger Finger? Did Trigger Finger just leave and miss the giveaway? I think Trigger Finger may have left. Sell the Mosaic box on eBay and donate the money to the National Winners Prize package. That's what you want me to do, Trigger? You don't want anything? Trigger, who's your favorite player or something? Maybe I can sell you something cool. Maybe I'll say something. So here's what I'm going to do. Trigger wants me to hang on to the Mosaic box and put it on eBay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that away. I'm going to do another giveaway. I'm going to pull 2 more cards. And so we still got 2 more names to draw. I'm going to pull 2 more cards. And I was saving these for future giveaways, but since Trigger Finger did that, I'm going to give them away tonight in place of the Mosaic box to a different winner. And it's going to kind of go along the same theme. So let me riffle through these real quick and find them. I might have pulled them already for future giveaways, but hopefully not. Anyway, I'm going to pull the name just for time's sake. I'm going to pull a name. Whoever name I pull will win the next prize, whether you want the basketball cards or I'll show you the other option. So we got Michael Hout, H-O-U-T, Michael Hout, Michael H-O-U-T. If you're still here, say something. Trigger Finger doesn't want me to know where he lives. All right, I'm trying to find the other option here. Where is my... So Michael Hout, if you're in the house, I need you to claim. I need you to claim, or I'm going to draw another name. Oh, Michael's here. All right, Michael's here. All right, I'm trying to find the other 2 cards that are going to be your option. There's one of them. There it is. Okay, so because a Mosaic box was turned down and is going to be donated to eBay, because that was turned down, I'm going to replace it with 2 potential cards that could have came out of there. So now you're going to get your choice of the basketball rookies, which were Cam Johnson, Darius Baisley, Darius Garland, Tyler Hero, DeAndre Hunter, Roy Hachimura. All gradable condition if that's something you wanted to do. Or probably about the same amount in value here. A raw Jalen Hurts mosaic and a raw Justin Herbert mosaic. So because Trigger Finger decided to not take the box, these replace the box. Herbert and Hurts. If you would have gotten the box and pulled these 2 cards, you would have probably considered it a win. So you either get the Herbert and the Hurts or the basketball cards. Just need Michael to tell me which one he wants. You took the Herbert and the Hurts. All right, the Herbert and the Hurts. 2 nice rookie cards. This Herbert's really clean. And I know mosaic scratches on the surface. I haven't really looked over the Hurts because I just kind of pulled it out of my random stuff. But I got these flagged with your name. The Herbert's clean. The Herbert is clean. I pulled that myself and put it away. So we got one more name for the basketball cards, the soccer cards. You know, it's some good rookies, man. Foden and Pedri, those are some good soccer rookies. And yeah, guys, you can donate stuff. Guys, the easiest way that if you want to donate is to contact me because it's hard for me to keep track of the chat and the comments right now. Just contact me on Instagram. It's just flipping _ Steve. Follow me on Instagram. You can Instagram message me anytime with questions. I try to get back with people. Sometimes I can't immediately. But that's the best way to give me your info, whether it's info to enter a giveaway, info because you're a winner, or info because you want to donate. Last name. Miami Mike. I haven't seen Miami Mike in a while, but I remember him being here. Miami Mike, if you're here, the basketball cards are yours. If not, I'll give you maybe like 2 minutes to claim. And then I'm going to draw another name. Redonate. You don't want the well, Miami Mike, tell me something that you do like. Is there something that you do like? Do you like anybody? Do you like Miami? Do you like the Miami teams? Do you like the Dolphins? Is there anything that you like? While I pull another name, Miami Mike, is there anything else that you like? Next name is Eric Surratt. Eric Surratt. Eric Surratt. The winner of the basketball rookies. If you're here to claim them. Okay, Miami Mike, I'll send that sticker out to you and maybe I'll throw a card in there as well. So you tried to sell to Steve, just got left on read. What's that? You tried to sell to me, just got left on read. So Eric's here. So Eric, I'm going to go put this in the bag. Throw a sticker in there for you. Seal that up. I'll get that packaged out as well as the other items. All right, guys, it's going to wrap it up. It's been a long time, long live stream. Thanks for hanging with me this long. We'll be back next week to do it again. I'll definitely have a video out tomorrow going over details of the giveaway. I have another video coming out where I'm going to go over my recent pickups and another video coming out where I'm going to talk about end game strategies that you should use when you're planning on buying a card. Basically, what are your outs? What are your end game thoughts before you buy it? Those videos will be coming up. Thanks again, guys. Did you? I have to go back and look at that, man. I have so much stuff coming through some of my feeds sometimes that I miss stuff. I missed stuff. So, all right, guys. I'm hot, thirsty. I got a text message I missed. But anyway, I'll be back in a couple videos and next week for sure. And keep your notifications on in case I pop up during a live drive. Thanks for coming out, guys. Good luck in your investing. Till next time. I got that backwards. But hey, you guys know what I mean. See you later.